More Air Conditioning presents Westside Warrior Football on Tubetown. Sponsored in part by Denver's Refrigeration, Max Garage, Ace Sports, and First National Bank.
Stadium here in Pocahontas as we welcome you into tonight's broadcast. Andy Maness and Blake Wynn underneath the headset tonight as the Westside Warriors have made the trip up to Pocahontas to take on the Redskins in this conference matchup. 3-1 Warriors looking to extend their winning streak after a 20-14 victory over Highland last week. Pocahontas trying to end their skid after dropping a game to Brooklyn last week. Blake, it's the first time the Redskins have ever lost to the Brooklyn Bearcats.
It is, and a tough loss there for them. And when you take a look at the Pocahontas Redskins, traditionally a very solid team. They're going to give you a great effort. They're going to spread things out. But Westside got a ton of momentum rolling into this game. Huge win they're coming off of, going up to Highland and getting a victory up there, especially rebounding off what was a tough loss at Hoxie. So should be a good game against two teams that will probably play completely different ball games tonight.
Yeah, this is the middle of a four-game road trip here for the Warriors, if you will. The third of four. They're going to be heading down the road and taking on the Brooklyn Bearcats in Brooklyn next week. So, getting out of this road trip with a 3-4 record might not be too bad, but obviously got to go through the Redskins first here tonight. This is a series in which Pocahontas has traditionally come out on top of, but Westside got a big win last year. They're looking to get another one here tonight.
You got to think they're the favorite coming into the game. Again, Westside, Pocahontas proven to have some weaknesses there and some weaknesses in some areas that Westside is strong in. Struggled to stop the run game against Brooklyn. If Westside can play their game and stop the passing game, which, again, has proven to be trouble for Westside, these two teams do exploit weaknesses of each other, but Westside has proven to be able to go on the road and win, which they're going to have to do on this long road streak to be successful.
72 degrees the temperature tonight as we get set to kick off here in Schoonover Stadium. And it is a beautiful night for football. The Redskins out on the field. Pretty sweet-looking uniforms out there. I like the solid red with the white stripes.
Very good look to them out there. They look good taking the field. Clash of the red teams tonight. So we do have that nice color variance to be able to tell them apart, obviously, but a beautiful night for football. And I bet we see a good game tonight between these two teams.
Ought to be a good one. Again, Westside 3-1 on the year. Pocahontas 2-2. The Warriors do have a conference victory underneath their belt. Redskins have a conference loss under their belt, obviously, with the loss to Brooklyn last week.
If you're going to be successful as a program, the way Bobby Engel wants Westside to do, you've got to go on the road and get these wins. They did that last week. And if you can reel off two in a row, you're going to feel real good about your football team.
The Warriors will start off on defense. Ready for the opening kick. It's Hunter Garrison for the Warriors. Getting ready to boot it away. It'll be taken inside the 20-yard line, out to the 25, across the 30, and tackled in between the 30 and 35. It looks like maybe the ball came loose before the return man came down. The referee is standing back there at about the 34-yard line. It looks like he's marked it down. The hustle there by Tyler Ray. Going to call his name several times tonight. I am sure he has been a workhorse for the Warriors on offense. Gets out there and plays a little defense as well.
He is you said it best. That's the best way to describe Ray as a workhorse. He's come in several times in the absence of McPherson to do some big running for him, too.
There's a snap on 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Running play to the right. Nice juke move at the 35. Still on his feet at the 40. Now out to the 45 and tackled at about the 46-yard line. A great little run there on first down by the Redskins. That's Derek Kimball Jr. on the carry.
Well, that's just an athletic play. That is an all-skill position play right there. Not a lot of power to it. He just missed tackles. And if he can do that all night long, they're going to have a good night on the ground.
So 1st and 10 from the 47. Ball spotted on the near side hash marks. Quarterback Dawson Chester thrown for 8 touchdown passes so far this year. Looking to add on to that total here tonight. Jet sweep here, though, on 1st and 10. Running to the left down the far sideline. That's Michael Martins on the carry. He's going to pick up another fresh set of downs here for the Redskins. Back-to-back first down runs, Blake. First 2 plays of the game.
Well, you're going to have to stop those plays to the outside. If you're Westside, they're going to run it outside the tackles, and they're going to bust for big plays. They are athletic, and we've seen that on the first 2 plays of this drive.
Another run here on 1st and 10. Now ball spotted at the 38-yard line. Good job by the Warrior defense on 1st and 10 here. Only a pickup of about 2.
That's what they want. Just stop those plays right there, 1 to 2 yards, and you'll be just fine. But it's the more agile outside plays that tend to give Westside a little trouble.
Here's a option here for Chester. Going to keep it himself. He'll get tackled right around the original line of scrimmage. He's going to lose about a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 9 now coming up for Pocahontas.
But see what you've done here. If you're Pocahontas, they're just trying to set things up first drive. They're going to set up with a couple of inside runs, but guarantee you they're going to come back at you with a pass play or and something to the outside here. They're just setting them up, and this will be a big pass play here for them. Need a big defensive stop for the Warriors.
There's the pass. And hit the intended receiver, C.J. Palmer, but falls incomplete, so that does bring up 4th down. And, well, we have seen a variety of weapons here from Pocahontas here on this first drive, Blake. So you're absolutely right. Could be, as you said, just setting up their game plan as we go throughout the night as you take a look at that play action attempt moments ago. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 9. Back in the pocket, Chester looking to throw. Now rolling out to his left. Tried to stand and fire it downfield, but he lost the football. Westside picks it up. It'll be Warrior football at the 45-yard line. And that was just a case of butterfingers there by Dawson Chester.
He was that was going to be a turnover on downs anyway, but he ended up giving a few more yards to the Warriors there. Not sure what happened. His ball slipped out of his hand when he went to throw it. And, they picked that thing up. Good field position for them, and they're off to a good start. Should have some momentum stopping a tough Pocahontas offense as Westside comes out to take the field. Just watch that punch up the gut every single time. They're going to stick with pretty well a series of plays and try to be successful with that.
Yep, River Ingle under center. Golly, that's a tongue twister to try to say every single time as they hand it off up the middle to Rashard Cunningham.
That's their game right there. That gains enough yards. You do that 2 to 3 times, and you're going to have a first down. We've said this over. There is nothing exciting about it.
Yep.
But they are successful, and Pocahontas proved last week they have trouble stopping that type of play.
Pickup of about 4 there on first down for the Warriors. 2nd and 6 now coming up. All spotted right at the Redskin logo midfield. Pocahontas bringing pressure. They brought it a little bit too early there and think they jumped off sides. Well, it's going to be a false start. They're going to call that one against Westside. I guess brought the pressure and the Warriors got a little antsy.
Yeah, he came charging at the line, and it draws the false start. Most of the time it's the other way around, but that time the defense forces the false start.
That was Xavier Taylor, the junior Redskin, coming in to bring that pressure.
Did exactly as it was designed to do. I didn't see the jump, to be honest with you. But,
yeah, I didn't see anything too egregious. So 2nd and 11 now after the penalty. Ingle under center, 3 backs in the backfield. They're bringing pressure again. Yeah, they're bringing 3 guys this time. Here's McPherson bouncing to the outside. Can't find the edge. It'll be 3rd and long coming up after McPherson loses 1.
Well, I'll tell you, those are the types of plays that if Pocahontas can stop, we're going to see, they're going to be successful on defense. McPherson's tough to stop in the open field, and that was a good tackle there. A great defensive play by the Redskins.
If McPherson has a hard time getting to the outside, it's going to be hard for the Warriors to execute their game plan.
It's hard to set up the center up the middle run game when you can't get to the outside.
We'll see if they go play action here. No, they do a little double option here for McPherson. He breaks free at the 50. Bounces out to the 45-yard line, and he gets just enough yards to move the chains for a first down.
Now watch this play. There's multiple good things that happen here. It's a great ball fake by River Engle. He finds the gap, and then McPherson breaks a bunch of tackles and has a strong run. That's a successful run play on multiple fronts. It all started with the play action from River Engle with a great setup and a great handoff, and then he punches it up the gut, and Logan McPherson, when he gets into the open field and he gets a little room to get his feet moving, he is a hard guy to bring down.
You hit him with that stiff arm, just a little left arm jab there. It creates enough separation. Here we go, 1st and 10, a run right up the middle. Still on his feet, Tyler Ray across the 25 down to the 20, inside the 15-yard line. And I was going to say, it looked like when the first defender upended him that he didn't, his knees didn't hit.
Kind of tumbled over him, and a good heads-up play to keep running. This is vintage Westside, too. Right up the middle. Watch this.
Knees never touched.
Never. He kind of
bowled him over.
He cartwheeled.
Carried the next guy about 10 yards behind him. First trip to the red zone on their first drive of the night. There's Cunningham taking the handoff. Takes it to the 5-yard line, a pickup of about 6. They don't have to score. It's not a goal situation. They do have to get it down to the 1, though.
Again, just vintage Westside Warriors offense. Just run it right at you and make them stop you. It's run it again. Just run it again. And it has proven to be successful, and they do it better than anybody.
It's Cunningham in the backfield, 2 blockers ahead of him. McPherson goes in motion, and off to Cunningham. Reaching for the goal line. Did he get across? The sideline official says he does. So Westside strikes first blood here tonight with 7:08 left to play here in the first quarter.
Sticking with your bread and butter. Gets it right up the middle and scores for the touchdown. And, man, they just did their thing on that drive. That is what they do. They stick to it, and it is successful there. They bring a variety of backs at them. 3 different backs used on that drive, and every single one of them contributed to it, with the final punch-in being by Cunningham.
So now on to attempt the extra point is Hunter Garrison. Kick is up, and looked like it went left, and it did. So the score will remain 6-0. 7:08 left to play here in the first quarter. It's a 5-yard touchdown run from Rashard Cunningham that puts the Warriors on top of the Redskins. We're back with more right after this on Tubetown.
Okay, so finding a heat and air guy has never been easy. But then I got more, and it's a whole new level of customer service. First, they show up on time, and before they arrive, I get a text with a picture of my More technician, like Uber. And my More team never leaves a mess. They treat my home like it's theirs. Google MOHR. That 5-star rating, it's for real.
You deserve more, so visit us online or call us today to schedule an appointment.
Andy Manus, Blake Gwynn back
Blake,
here with you.
I am good.
Yeah, Blake is good. Blake Gwynn back here with you in Pocahontas. 7:08 left to play here in the first quarter. It's Westside striking first against the Redskins. 6-0 the score after a 5-yard touchdown run from Rashard Cunningham. A 6-play, 56-yard drive took 3:07 off the clock here in the first. And we will see if the Redskins can put up an answer after fumbling it away on their first drive. If you're just joining us, the 4th down play for Pocahontas in Westside territory, but Dawson Chester winding up the throw, lost control of the football. Westside recovered the fumble, drove for a touchdown. Great kick. Return man's got to pick it up at the 1. Now to the 10, bouncing out to the 15, to the 20. Escaping down the far sideline and getting knocked out of bounds at about the 26-yard line is Dawson Chester.
Well, that looked like that was about to be a disaster for Pocahontas, and he found a good place to run, picked a good side, and picks up quite a few yards. Good field position for Pocahontas to start this drive, considering all. And they can move the ball, and they will move the ball. Don't expect them to go quietly again as they did in the last drive.
Chester's thrown for almost 1,000 yards this season. Here's a handoff, though, on 1st and 10. Crosses the 25 out to the 27-yard line, and on the carry that time is Brian Lim.
See, that's great defense by Westside. Those are the plays you need to stop because you'll force Pocahontas to get into obvious passing downs, and it helps your pass defense.
Kimball Jr. in the backfield, but Chester looking to throw,
blindsided.
lit up from behind. Scoop and score opportunity for the Warriors, but they will return it to the 6-yard line. Brady Johnson picking the fumble up, but who was it on the hit? My goodness. Woo, Zach Melton coming in hot and heavy.
Holy smokes. I mean, we saw that coming. You could see him coming from that outside angle.
Unfortunately, Dawson Chester was the only one that didn't.
We had the good look at that one, and then he was blindsided, and I saw him coming, and I was like, oh, no. I mean, the only thing you could say, I said, oh, no. And luckily, it looks like he's okay. That was a shot. Nobody hangs on to the football after a shot like that. Good
that
defensive,
you don't see coming.
Good defensive blitz from the outside, and what a hit.
Ball spotted on the 7-yard line of the Redskins. Tyler Ray on the carry will move it inside the 5-yard line. They'll spot it what looks to be right at the 4.
Look at that.
He just pushes the entire pile
something
forward.
out of nothing, and they're just strong. I mean, and you're stronger than the other side. You can do stuff like that. You got 4 yards. Play was pretty well just at a standstill. Kept that forward progress going.
So now 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. McPherson and Ray, the 2 up backs. Engel fakes it. He's going to run it. They're going to get to him. Engel brought down at the 10-yard line, and yep, he comes down wincing. That is not a good sign. Hopefully he is all right.
Well, he immediately acted like he immediately acted like that hurt him. I mean, he's trying to walk it off, but he is not feeling good. Well, he is so key to this offense.
We may see Jared Garner take snaps from here on out. We'll see what happens. And
that is the non-throwing arm.
Yeah, that was something that he dealt with. You know, we saw him miss a couple of games. I think that was.
Watch him after he goes down. He's hurt right there. Look at him. Well, that is not a good sign when you see somebody grab it at their shoulder after a fall. He's trying to walk it off, and I give him a lot of credit for that, but he was in clear pain. He has been battling that shoulder problem.
Penalty called on Westside here while we were taking a look at River. So the ball will be spotted at the 16-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal. A long 2nd and goal. They've got it on the field. 3rd, they've got it on the scoreboard. So we'll go with what they got on the field. 2nd and goal. Cunningham takes the handoff, running to his left. Good job by Cunningham following his blockers. Makes it back to the 10-yard line. So now it'll be 3rd and goal coming up from the 10.
Another good run play there for Westside. Cunningham's going to come off the field. Some combination there of, Ray looked like might have gone down on defense earlier. He kind of went off the field. Looked like he was banged up. So looks like got a couple of different guys. There's Ray right there. So good to see him back in. And he's probably the guy they go to close to the goal line.
Pocahontas showing pressure. Pitch out to McPherson. Tried to weave in and out of the tackles, but he's pushed backwards behind the 15-yard line. They're going to stop his forward progress at the 15. It'll be 4th and goal coming up for the Warriors. And see him try to weave there, but it was a good job. I think that was Michael Martins coming back at the last second with the shoestring attempt that kind of tripped up McPherson initially.
Kind of get away from what they do and try to go to the outside, but you got to gain a lot of yards there. You're looking for a big play, and they just didn't get it right there. But here, a field goal will make it a 2-possession lead.
Is that about a 35-yard field goal from there? Kick is up. And it is good.
What a kick.
What a kick by Hunter Garrison to make the score 9-0. 3:28 left to play here in the first quarter. We're back with more action from Schoonover Stadium right after this on Tubetown.
So the best thing about You First Banking is that you don't have to change your lifestyle to meet our needs. We change what we have to meet your needs. Whether you're the mom who's busy taking care of kids all day and you really just don't have time to stop in the bank, we have products like our mobile banking app to make things a lot easier for you so you can get things done when you're on the run. Or if what you're looking for is that face-to-face interaction, we have 20 locations across the state with someone there to help. At First National Bank, you first, always.
Welcome back to Pocahontas here on Tubetown. Andy Manus, Blake Gwynn. 3:28 left to play in the first quarter. 2 drives for the Westside Warriors, 2 scores. Touchdown earlier in the first quarter. Now we're coming back from a 35-yard field goal from Hunter Garrison. Roundabout 35. That's not the official distance, but that's what we'll give him right here.
Good field goal. Anytime you see a kid in high school making 25, 30 yarders, that's nice.
Well, Westside took over at the 7-yard line. That drive took about 3 minutes off of the clock here in the first quarter. From the 7.
Not exactly what you wanted. You get the big scoop and score. You got to take that as a victory if you're Pocahontas. You stop their momentum to an extent. They kick a long field goal, tip your hat, and move back on. But you're definitely wanting to get something going on offense if you're Pocahontas because there's been 2 pretty well disastrous possessions for the Redskins.
Did a pretty good job the first 2 plays of the game. Back-to-back first downs since then has not been so good. Screenplay out here to the near side. Good block. And they'll move it out to about the 47-yard line. Got the block they wanted, but the second defensive back over there just did a good job in coverage.
Well, they're looking good defensively right now. I mean, those are tough stops. That was a good screen setup. The block was there, but the help was there. And they have been playing so well to the outside on defense.
Here's another screen, this time to the other side. Nice juke move. Now down the far sideline. Redskins with a chance to score. No laundry on the field. They'll take this one to the end zone. That's C.J. Palmer going the distance.
And just when you said that, a great play. Look at that play was dead in the water. And he just makes something happen. And you a lot of times have to have a big athletic play to score on a screenplay, and he just made it happen. Wow.
That was about a 54-yard run there after the catch by C.J. Palmer. Extra point is up and no good, but the score is now 9-6. A quick strike and score for the Pocahontas Redskins. They're back in this ball game, still in the first quarter. Back with more action here on Tubetown right after this.
Momentum back, moving the right direction, and they need a big defensive stop here to get things really rolling for them on this game.
That drive took all of 34 seconds off of the clock. We were talking about that 4-play drive for Westside that took 3 minutes off of the clock.
Westside typically big clock eaters.
Yeah, quite a difference in style of play, tempo of play. The Redskins ready to kick off now. Good kick. Over the head of Ray, it'll go into the end zone. He's got to chase it down. He'll pick it up, and it will be a touchback. Warriors will come out at the 25-yard line.
Good call there. They got lucky. Glad that thing didn't stop outside the end zone because that would have been a disaster. Now they've got a chance to come right back at it. Look for them to again, stick to what they do. You're not going to see them throw a lot of passes here, but so far the success has been there with their power running and backfield deception. And again, make them stop you. They've not proven to be able to do that, and that's one thing I give a lot of credit to the Warriors coaching staff for is they know what works for them. They don't try to get cute, and it works. They've got a big front line, and this is a drive being this far back, barring a huge play, could take a while for them.
It's Garner under center now, so we could have seen the last of Engel as McPherson bounces to the outside, makes a little extra room with a stiff arm, takes out the referee on his way out of bounds, and give him a little pat on the back for his trouble there.
It's time for Garner to step up. It doesn't seem like in a running offense that your quarterback would be that important, but we talk so much about that deception that they have in the backfield. So much of the success of their offense hinges upon a nice play fake and a good sneaky handoff in the backfield. We'll see if Garner and all the practice that he's put in pays off.
Here's Garner on 2nd and 8. Ball is on the ground, and the Redskins have it.
That's what we're talking about right there. That you don't think the quarterback is that important in a run offense, and that is exactly what happened on that play.
Well, Johnny on the spot, I would say, for Gunnar Matthews, right? I mean, couldn't have been better timing. Yeah. Could not have been better timing for us as broadcasters for you to bring that up and for Westside to fumble it away like that. So now the Redskins with a golden opportunity with 2:35 still remaining here in the first quarter.
Scoring time if you're the Redskins. Got to get a score here.
The run taken to the 10-yard line, and that was Dawson Chester on the keeper.
Boy, you get a gap like that, that country road will take you home. And he was wide open. I mean, there was nobody anywhere in his vicinity. They couldn't have even reached out and slapped him.
And now a timeout, I believe, called on the official. Let's see what the call is over here.
It'll be on Pocahontas. Maybe why there was such a wide.
It's on the official. He's looking over here. They're looking over here at the chains for some reason. So maybe it has something to do with the spot of the football. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're bringing the chains. We'll
check on a first down.
Huh.
That should be a first down. It looked like he got that one relatively.
Well, that's, yeah.
If he didn't pick up this first down, there's a spot issue.
First down?
Good.
Well, yeah, Blake Gwynn could see it from up here, so I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see much better than those folks down there.
So that will move it inside the 10-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal coming up for the Redskins.
I get a couple of things right, Andy, and it really goes to my head, and I'm an expert. If you don't believe it, just ask me.
You called the fumble just moments ago. Here's a handoff. Kimball cutting back. He will make his way inside the 5-yard line as he falls forward to the 4.
Pocahontas has a lot of ways to score from this territory. Lot of different weapons they can use, and they're in a big-time threatening position.
And they're hurrying up while Westside is still getting personnel off of the field, and the Warriors, I think, are going to call a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
Yep.
That was a good hurry up there. Very good hurry up offense.
That was a great job by the Redskins forcing the Warriors to burn a timeout. The first timeout called here in the first half for either team. 1:55 remaining here in the first quarter. It is 9-6 Westside leading Pocahontas. We're back with more action here in the first quarter right after this on Tubetown.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Andy Manus, Blake Gwynn back here with you in Pocahontas. 1:55 remaining here in the first quarter. A timeout called by the Westside Warriors, their first of the first half. Had to burn one. They still had some substitutes running on the field as Pocahontas was ready to run this play. Here we go, 2nd and goal. Here's a run by Chester, taken down at the 5-yard line behind the line of scrimmage, and that's Brady Johnson getting in the backfield, wreaking havoc. We saw him recover that fumble on the last drive.
Great tackle. There was nobody between him and the end zone but Johnson, and that was a good tackle.
Quickly ready to go is Pocahontas. Here's Kimball on the handoff. Again, taken down in the backfield. That time it was Hunter Pagan on the tackle. So now 4th and goal. If you're Pocahontas, what do you dial up here? Are they going to try to make it happen quickly? Going to send on a field goal unit?
I would waste all the clock time I can, tie it up, and head to halftime thinking you're lucky
We're
stars.
still in the first quarter.
Oh, yeah. Ahead of myself. Normally your Westside games with run games go by so fast. This has been a pretty slow first quarter.
It has been.
For a Westside game. I mean, not.
We have had 3 fumbles here in the first quarter. So
We've called a couple of them in a little over 2 hours.
10 seconds left on the play clock. The Redskins want to call a timeout, so they'll get one too. So, boy, they're treating it like halftime. 53 seconds remaining here in the first. We're going to take another quick timeout. We're back with more here from Schoonover Field in Pocahontas after this.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Andy Manus, Blake Gwynn back here with you. Reminds you to download the Tubetown app on your Amazon Fire Stick. Just search Tubetown in the Amazon App Store. You can watch us wherever you are. Very convenient if you're on the road and you want to keep up with the Warriors or any of the other games we're covering. 4th and goal. Here's Kimball bouncing to the outside, trying to find the pylon, but he cannot get there. He'll be stopped short of the goal line. It'll be a turnover on downs unless this flag changes things. That's back at the 8-yard line, or the 12-yard line.
Could be on Pocahontas.
Yeah, in the area it's thrown, it looks like it'll be maybe a holding call.
Yeah, they're getting the decision from Westside, and they'll decline it. Good stop. I mean, Pocahontas had so much momentum going down there after the fumble.
Yeah, take a look at the replay there. Kimball just bounced out of bounds there.
Big stop for your D there if you're Westside. Big stop. Now they're backed up in their own field position. No mistakes here. Got to hang on to the football. No mistakes. Move it upfield. Even if you have to punt it away, this has been successful simply because of your field position.
Garner hands it off to McPherson. McPherson through the line of scrimmage out to the 10-yard line and picks up a nice little 7 yards there on 1st and 10. So got a little breathing room now.
Exactly. Just what you needed right there. You can relax a little bit. You're not pinned down in your own backfield. And they've got a little room and a little bit more open of their playbook backed away from their own end zone.
Well, and I think they're probably keen on just taking this one to the second quarter. Still in the huddle with 10 seconds left on the game clock, the play clock sitting at 15 seconds. So they do not have to run another play. They're just going to take this one down to the other end of the field, and we'll see what happens when we come back. 9-6 is the score. Westside leading Pocahontas in this conference matchup. Andy Manus, Blake Gwynn, back with the second quarter right after this on Tubetown.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
Ready to start the second quarter here at Schoonover Field in Pocahontas. Andy Manus, Blake Gwynn here with you. The Westside Warriors ahead of the Pocahontas Redskins, 9-6 after the first quarter of play. A touchdown by Rashard Cunningham, a 5-yard rush, and then a roundabout 35-yard field goal by Hunter Garrison gives the Warriors 9 on the scoreboard, but a 54-yard reception by C.J. Palmer put the Pocahontas Redskins on the scoreboard, and it was quite a catch by Mr. Palmer. A couple of turnovers, though, for the Redskins there in that first quarter, one for the Warriors as well. See if both teams can hold on to the football a little bit better as we are set to start the second quarter. Warrior football, 2nd and 3. Ball on the Westside 10-yard line. Garner under center as Engel may have re-injured that shoulder earlier in the first quarter. There's a quarterback sneak on 2nd and short. Not going to pick up the first. It'll be 3rd and short now coming up for Westside.
You know they got this play in their playbook, and they're as good as anybody at short yardage situations, and they like to pick this one up here. But once again, coming off the field position you were pretty limited coming out of it. But again, short yardage, this is where Westside typically picks this up.
They break the huddle with one wide receiver. McPherson is in the backfield, 2 blockers ahead of him, Ray and Hedger. There's the handoff to McPherson. Got the first down, makes it across the 15-yard line. And it'll be a fresh set of downs coming up for Westside. Good little run there on 3rd and short for the Warriors. Not what they wanted out of it.
See, when you got that many ways to come at a team in a short yardage situation, that's really hard to get those little short stops like that. Again, they could come at you in any number of ways, 2 or 3 different backs. And again, they pick that up there.
But now 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 16-yard line on the near side hash marks. Again, same formation, 1 wide receiver, McPherson in the backfield. It's Ray who gets the handoff as the fullback. He'll take it right up the gut. Always helpful to get about 4 yards every time you touch the football. So 2nd and 6 now coming up after that run by Ray.
That's perfect. Just what you need, and that's what they do, and I'd run it again. Until they prove they can stop it, run it again. Just go right back at them. You're bigger than they are up front. And you can open up the gaps and pick up those yards.
2nd and 6 from the 21. Ray and Hedger again in the backfield. They fake it to McPherson, hand it off to Hedger. The Redskins read it the whole way.
That was busted up front. Those guys were in the backfield. That's not a play call thing. That was busted up front. There's a missed coverage. The guy slipped around and curled to the right, and it left an open gap, and they missed a coverage there on that one. That one was missed up front.
Bradley Baltz, the Redskin, to get in the backfield and wrap up the tailback. Now 3rd and 8 coming up. Under 10 minutes left to play here in the first half. You see Pocahontas doing what they do. They love to eat that game clock, as Blake mentioned earlier here in tonight's broadcast. Play clock now down under 10, so might see Westside burn a timeout here. I think that's what they're going to do.
We had enough, fumbles, turnovers, plus the way Pocahontas moves the football. Pretty slow first quarter than we typically see, but they can get that football and just eat that clock, and there's your timeout you were talking about.
9:33 left to play here in the first half. We'll take another quick timeout alongside with them. 9-6 is your score. Westside leading Pocahontas on Tubetown.
When we talk about You First Banking, what we're really saying is that we're going to take the banking experience and customize it to meet your needs. Maybe you're that person that's always on the go and you don't have time to come to the bank. We'd love to see you, but we can make it possible with our mobile apps to where you don't ever have to set foot in any of our banks. But maybe you're that person that does like coming to see your favorite teller and you like that face-to-face interaction. We've got 20 locations across the state with a friendly staff that's here for you. Only at First National Bank. You first. Always.
Back here in Pocahontas, the Redskins trailing the Westside Warriors 6-9 is the score. It is Warrior football, 3rd and 8. Westside wanted to call a timeout.
Again, just dominating time of possession as they always do. A little different look for them this time on 3rd down. They've got quite a bit to gain here, but again, they've got a lot of tricks in their bag, but typically shorter yardage situations benefit them better. So look for a little different look here for them.
Going to throw. Garner taking a shot. Basically a duck ball. The Redskins intercept it. 25-20 down the near sideline and bounced out of bounds is Michael Martins, who basically just out there to field that punt of a throw.
You know, I get what they're doing there, and that you really called it. You know, you take a pass play on a little bit of third and long, hoping that if you get enough distance on it and they do intercept it, it acts as a little bit of a punt. But in that situation, that ball just thrown up for grabs, not a lot of distance on it. Now you've given Pocahontas a terrific field position. You know, you're better off there again. Sticking with your bread and butter, maybe let McPherson run around to the outside. But that pass play with that on it is just not an option for them, and that is why they don't pass it very often. That was a difficult play there if you're Westside.
Here's the handoff to Martins, who just picked that ball off. He'll take it inside the 10-yard line down to the 5. It'll be second and, I guess, goal coming up. They don't have the markers out there, so a second and goal situation.
It's time for Pocahontas to score on one of these. They have not really capitalized on these. They have got to score on this one right here. They have missed a couple of opportunities down deep. That may be it right there.
Oh, got taken out at the knee, did Dawson Chester, but he dives forward to about the 2-yard line, pops up, seems to be all right. Very awkward hit there at the end of that. Third and goal coming up now from the 2. There's the handoff to Kimball. Kimball trying to find the edge. He found it. Redskins take the lead with a 2-yard rush from Derek Kimball Jr.
That is just what you wanted right there. Again, you get a gift handed to you from the other team, and you make it happen. Just bust it right in there, and easy does it for them. Again, they've got so many weapons to score. There's no reason when they get in the red zone like that, they shouldn't score every single time. Made a couple of mistakes down on the other end last time, and they capitalized, and now they've taken the lead and have every bit of the momentum at this point in this game.
3 plays, 51 seconds to go 11 yards. Now they're on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and that one looked like it went wide right. So that one won't find its way through the uprights either. Ethan DeYoung on the attempt. Score is now, though, 12-9. Pocahontas leads. 8:29 left to play here in the first half. We're back with more from Pocahontas right after this.
Football season is here, but the summer heat is still on the field, and your home's air conditioning is working as hard as ever to prevent a breakdown. Like at the worst possible time, call now for a Moore AC check. For only $49, a Moore certified technician will come and do a complete check of your entire system. If they find a cooling problem, they'll fix it before it becomes an expensive repair. You deserve more. Call 336-2023 to schedule an appointment.
Pocahontas takes the lead over Westside after a 2-yard touchdown rush from Derek Kimball. It was an interception and a great return by Michael Martins to set it up. They would miss the extra point, however. Now they're getting ready to kick it back to Westside. Again, 8:29 left to play here in the second quarter. 12-9, Pocahontas leading.
You know, Westside got to avoid those mistakes from last time. Again, a pass play. You know, River Engle does throw the ball pretty well, but he's out. He's on the sidelines. Garner just did not look comfortable. He's in the game in a situation, just did not look comfortable throwing that football, and they got to avoid mistakes on this drive.
That one taken by Hedger, dropped at the 15. He picks it up, runs it out to the 25, bounces backwards, still on his feet. Now he is stopped at the 24.
He did a good job of hanging on to the football. He had about 3 hats hit that football at the same time, and that normally is where your fumble trouble comes into play. So good job, good ball security there for him on that play.
Comes out, ready to block or run alongside Tyler Ray McPherson. They'll set up again at the 24-yard line.
Well, you just can't. And again, I'm not trying to pile on to Garner here by any stretch of the imagination. What I am saying is a guy like River Engle goes out with an offense that's tempoed the way Westside does, and you feel it. You absolutely feel it. What are they doing?
Well, it looked like they didn't get the play call. It might have had an extra player in the huddle. I'm not sure. Dylan Russell came running off the field there at the last second with about 7 seconds left on the play clock. saw Coach Bobby Engel just kind of throw his hands up in frustration. They call a timeout. We'll keep it right here with 8:21 left to play here in the first quarter. I believe Westside, I think they've got one timeout left now. Pocahontas got 2 of theirs.
You know, in Westside's only other loss of the season, mistakes just proved to be so costly. We saw all the fumbles in the game at Hoxie, and it got out of hand. And the reality of it is, we've seen that again here. And you know, the fumbles, the interception. This is a great team. And if they eliminate those mistakes, they can beat anybody that they come across. They're behind in this game because of those mistakes, which is uncharacteristic of a Westside team. And it's like one mistake comes and it's almost like, God, here we go again. They're contagious, a lot like errors in baseball, turnovers in basketball. It can happen, and you go, man, here we go again. You spend so much time talking about it in practice, and you try to you've just got to let it go and move on to the next drive.
Well, Dylan Russell is now under center, taking snaps. He's going to hand it off to Tyler Ray. Ray's going to pick up about 3-4 yards, as he does. 2nd and 7 now coming up, I think. They'll call it 2nd and 6.
What you need. You know, that's what you need. Good ball security, punch it up the middle. You know, the only times they have stopped that have been busted coverage up front. I'll take it any day of the week.
Garner comes off the field. Engel back on. He's the lone wide receiver. Cunningham in the backfield along with McPherson and Ray. Russell turns, hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham fighting for extra yards after that first hit. He's at the first down marker. They should give it to him.
I think he's got it.
Looks like he should have it.
You need my expert analysis on this field position again?
You were right last time.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a lucky guess, but I think they're going to measure it. No, they're going to give it to him.
Yep, they're going to go ahead. Move those chains, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
That's it. I mean, it is such a simple thing, you know, for them to just move that football that way. And again, you know, they have changed quarterbacks because of the tempo and the coordination you need in that backfield. And Bobby Engel's gone to somebody else here.
Well, and right on the spot, Dylan Russell drops the snap. Has to pick it up, just fall on top of it. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Westside avoiding more heartache there.
And that's, you know, again, that's what's so tough. When you lose a guy, you take a guy like River Engel for granted when he's in there, because you're not going to call his name a bunch. But he does so much when you're running that style of offense with the play action and the fake handoffs, and when he is not in there, you can't expect a guy that doesn't do it in game action all the time to be as good as he is. We're not knocking these guys. It's difficult to run that offense when you're not in it every day.
McPherson goes in motion. The pitch is out to Cunningham. Cunningham spinning inside the 40 will make his way out to about the 43-yard line. A nice little run and a nice little cut by Cunningham. Pick up some extra yards. He picked up about 9 there on first down.
He's a guy they can go to. You know, he's a guy that can break some tackles like that. You know, most of their game is between the tackles, but he is a guy that if you get him a little room, he can make some things happen.
Well, a holding penalty called on the Warriors, going to bring this one back, so that one hurts a little bit. Nice little run, nice little pickup by Cunningham, and you got to move it backwards now because of a holding penalty.
We just don't see really either one of these two teams. Charles Beatty coach teams, Bobby Engel coach teams, they always play clean games, you know. And if you'd have told me that this game would have gone back and forth the way it did because of fumbles and turnovers, I wouldn't have believed you. Very, very clean playing teams for the most part.
Russell hands it off to Ray. He stopped pretty much as soon as he was handed the football, so now 3rd and long coming up.
So you can't get too cute here if you're Westside. You know, just do something. You know, maybe give them a little different look, and see what happens. You do have a couple of guys capable of breaking some big plays open, but do not get cute here and turn the ball over again.
So Pocahontas wants to talk some things over with 5:55 remaining here in the first half. Go ahead and take a quick timeout with them. They have the lead over Westside 12-9. We're back with more here in the first half from Schoonover Stadium right after this.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Taking a look at the Westside Warrior huddle over there. 3rd and 17 coming up for them when they come out. 5:55 left to play here in the second quarter, trailing the Pocahontas Redskins 12-9. Andy Manus and Blake Wynn here with you in Pocahontas. River Engel injured in the first quarter, had to leave the game. Dylan Russell in right now. Got a stable of backs in the backfield behind him. McPherson goes in motion, looking to throw. Russell winds up, takes a shot downfield, picked off at the 45-yard line. Down the near sideline, got a good block. Cutting back to the middle of the field, flag comes out. Still on his feet after the hit by McPherson. And knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. Oh, and we have got a Westside Warrior who is down.
He got hit
over
really
here
hard.
at the 50.
There was a block, and there's a flag there, too. Yeah, I'm not sure about the flag, but he got absolutely leveled on the block.
Yeah, and
he got blocked, and it was hard. It was a hard hit.
Yeah, he's pointing to his head there. So
yeah,
hopefully
he went down, and you could tell he was hurting. I mean, I saw him get hit on the backside of this play.
Yeah, take a look at the replay here. That's Kessler Engel who is down. Take a look at Dylan Russell's pass, picked off there by C.J. Palmer, and then there's the hit, and it wasn't even a really necessarily nasty hit, but yep.
You know, I don't know what made that illegal. I did see the flag come in right at the hit.
Well, you also see Coach Engel come running out on the field before that play was even over.
He's walking off. That's always a good sign with hits like that. Do we have two flags? Is there another flag?
Yeah,
up by the logo?
I think we may have a flag on Coach Engel.
Yeah, because he did come out before the play was over. He was on the field before the play was over. Which he's gonna defend his guys, and I wholeheartly appreciate that. That's I mean, he's gonna defend his guys, especially with the guy with the last name of Engel as well. He's telling his guys, listen, let's use this as a little motivation here, you know, and
he is still just letting this official have it.
You know,
right
those are the plays you let them have it on, though. You know, I mean, even
personal foul and sportsmanlike conduct on the Redskins, and they have ejected that player who laid that hit.
They call it targeting. Was it a targeting type call?
That's what it looks like, and Redskins are not happy about it.
And he is. Look at this.
Coach Engel's still out here.
He's hotter than a firecracker.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something.
One of the Redskin players did get ejected. I'm not sure which one it was, but
I mean, he is staring at the other sideline. He's trying to make eye contact with Charles Beatty is what he's trying to do. And I tell you something.
And Coach Beatty just yelled at the rest of his guys to back up and let him talk to the referee.
Yeah,
so.
And I'll tell you something. There it is.
And that looked like maybe number 8. So that would be Michael Martins, maybe.
You know, he did. And look at Coach Engel is literally in the middle of that play almost. And that's what Charles Beatty's arguing. He's arguing that Coach Engel was in the middle of that play, and that flag was really not even And here's the thing. If you're either one of these coaches, no matter which way you side on this, Coach Ingles fired up because one of his guys went down. And then he believes it was a dirty hit. Again, no matter which way you split that, you love to see a coach arguing for his guys. And now Coach Beatty's going to do the same. They're going to argue for their guys.
It looked like Coach Beatty was pretty resigned with the way he just walked away from the referee, too. He was not happy about the decision. And so and it is going to be Michael Martin's walking off the field right now. He's going to get some love from his teammates here as he makes his way out.
I don't think he deliberately tried to hurt anybody. It did not look like he.
Yeah, it didn't.
And if it is a targeting situation, you get ejected from that does happen. I don't think he was trying to hurt anybody. I really don't. There's times I've seen that. I don't think he was trying to hurt anybody.
Well, back here we resume play after that long pause. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of Pocahontas with 5:22 and counting remaining here in the first half.
You can take and do with that a lot of different things if you're either one of those teams. If you're Pocahontas, you just lost your guy, let's get back and let's go. And the same thing for Westside. They got a guy that was just injured on a play trying to put it on the line for you.
Palmer, the intended receiver there, incomplete. Well, Dawson Chester didn't really do him a whole lot of favors there with that throw. Kind of threw it up, tossed it into or put him into a very precarious situation, if you will.
He did. That was an interceptable pass and also a pass that can get a wide receiver leveled. Luckily, none of that on that play.
Bootleg play running to his left. Chester looking to throw. He's just going to tuck it and dive forward. Gets knocked out of bounds. Picks up about 3, but it'll be 4th down coming up here for Pocahontas.
Not a bad decision to just tuck and keep that. Nobody was open. Don't make a stupid pass. He just ducks and runs, picks up a few yards there, so it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt it away. Coming on, looks like Jackson Nichols. And back deep to return for the Warriors will be Logan McPherson. Good snap. Took a long time to kick that one away. And it is going to take a Redskin roll down to the 16-yard line. Nice little punt there. Got the roll that they wanted, and now the Warriors have to go quite a ways. They got 4:46 left to play with on the game clock here in the first half, though.
That's plenty of time to do something with, and they certainly, you'd like to get one before you head into the locker room, and again, plenty of time on the clock. You can eat the rest of it, not give them any time to score. But again, it's time for Westside to get some momentum rolling back on their side, and if you could get a score before the half, you flip the script. You can go in feeling a little better about this first half. They need one right here. This would be a big one to get.
Well, and Westside comes out with possession first.
Yes, you can get
in the third quarter also. Cunningham in the backfield. Another loose football. Russell couldn't get the snap cleanly, but he is able to fall on top of it. So second time we have seen that happen, and they have narrowly avoided disaster. Clock continues to tick down under 4:15.
Well, they're on their second option at quarterback behind Engel, and again, that is their problem right now on offense. Is they're struggling to get some tempo going in the backfield on their offense.
One wide receiver. Russell takes the snap. Just going to run forward with it. Quite a few yards there for a quarterback sneak play. Picked up about 5, so now 3rd and 5 coming up.
Pick up a few yardage there, and that's just what you need. Now you set up a little short yardage situation for you, which, again, they've got that play in their bag, and nothing too special here. Just keep going at them. That has been successful. The drives they've struggled on, they've had penalties. They've had fumbles. There's been nothing stopping their running game so far except themselves.
Garner, the lone wide receiver, Russell under center. Pocahontas bringing pressure. Handoff to Cunningham. He dives forward. Not quite enough to get the first down, though. Had to make it out to about the 27-yard line, and he makes it out to the 25. So 4th and short coming up.
I think you got to go for it here. It's a 4th and short. Your bread and butter. You've got this play in your bag. your successful run plays have not picked up anything shorter than this, but they've got to get it. You've got multiple options. I love going for it right here.
If you can't pick up 1 yard with McPherson and Tyler Ray
what do you
in
do?
your backfield,
Tip your hat,
what are you
go
doing?
for it.
There's Dylan Russell on the keeper, diving forward, not gonna get it. The Redskins defense will hold, but hold on a minute. Trying to figure out what the official is calling here. Well, I guess they had to officially mark it down and measure it and all that.
The ball was way over in the end zone.
So, turnover on downs. It looked like Pocahontas might have actually.
Yeah, well, they sold out on it. They sold out on what was going on, and Westside's proven that you can get that quarterback in behind that big line and push and get it, and that's what they were trying to do, and Pocahontas just snuffed it out.
Here's Kimball with some nifty footwork in the backfield, making his way across the 25 down to the 22. Boy, when he gets to shaking and baking, it's hard to figure out which direction he's going to go.
Yeah, that's exactly, and he can pick up a lot of yards, and you get him in open field, he's dangerous, and everybody, again, I support the call to go for it there. It's always great when it works out, and everybody wants to get on you if it doesn't, but now you need a big defensive stop here before the half.
Here's the screen out here to the near sideline. And the receiver taken out of bounds after the reception. Canyon Fletcher able to pick up about 4 yards. So, 3rd and 7 coming up. Clock is stopped with 1:51 to play here in the first half.
Again, a lot of ways Pocahontas can come at them here. And big third down play, get them to 4th down, put their back against the wall. Maybe they'll give you a present.
Play action. Chester fires out to the far sideline. Caught at the first down marker. Still on his feet. Still in bounds. They're going to score. Lane Looney on the reception. The senior wideout with some great footwork over there on the west side sideline. Makes it 18-9. That's a 22-yard reception and a great run after the catch by Lane Looney.
3 straight scores for the Redskins. And again, you go for it on 4th down. Warriors get that 9 times out of 10. Big stop by your defense, and then Pocahontas offense turns that big stop into a touchdown. Just what the doctor ordered. 3 straight scores for the Redskins, and they get the 2-point conversion.
3 plays, 25 yards, and they were able to do that in under a minute. The second time they've been able to do that here in the first half. And it is now 20-9, Pocahontas leading Westside. We're back with more here from Schoonover Field in Pocahontas right after this.
Tubetown is now available on the Amazon Fire TV and Fire Stick. Watch live events from Tubetown on your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick. Head over to the App Store and search for Tubetown. Once your app is installed, you can watch every live event from Tubetown. Miss our live coverage? Our past events are available on demand. Download the Tubetown app to your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick today. Tubetown, live, local, from Ritter Communications.
Andy Manus, Blake Gwynn back here with you in Pocahontas. The Redskins pouring it on here in the first half. 3 unanswered scores for Pokey. 20-9.
20 unanswered. And man, you say a lot of things. Again, I totally supported Coach Engel's decision to go for it on 4th down there. I mean, you have to. And 9 times out of 10, you get that. I think you'd have had that playback. But in the end of the day, Pocahontas comes up with a huge defensive stop, and they turn that into a touchdown. And again, 20 unanswered at this point.
Here's the kick. Warriors will take this one at the 20-yard line. They're going to have to pick it up off the turf. That's Nat Hedger. Second time we've seen him drop one tonight. He'll take this one out to the 25-yard line. So a minute 33 left to play with, Blake. Got no timeouts left. What do? Do you just take it into the locker room? And
I think you make a run or two at it, see if maybe somebody can bust one wide open. You probably don't have the time. They don't pass the football. They shouldn't pass the football. And they need to try maybe a couple of plays, your bread and butter, see if McPherson or Cunningham can bust you one open and maybe get a score. But if you get third and long, take a knee, head to the locker room.
Russell under center. Pocahontas showing pressure. Here's the handoff to Cunningham. Cunningham trying to bully his way through the line of scrimmage, only able to pick up about 2 there. 2nd and 8 coming up. We'll see if they let the clock tick down. Pocahontas does have 1 timeout left.
You can run the clock. If you want to run the clock a little bit, take another run play, and if you get in a third down situation with just a few seconds left on the clock, you could take a little bit of a shot play, just see what happens. Just make sure your guys are ready to field something coming back the other way.
Under a minute now. Here's the handoff. I think that was Ray on the carry, just lowering his shoulder. Able to pick up 2-3 yards. 3rd and short coming up now.
You could try something a little attractive here. You could, because the clock will run out on the play. So if you want to, something maybe a reverse pass, something you got in your playbook, because again, you don't want to throw you a pick six, but if you throw something downfield, you're probably pretty safe, even with an interception. They could get a little cuter here on a play if they wanted to. They could run. Yeah, I'd run one more. I'd give it a whirl at this point. See maybe what you can do.
Maybe a hook and ladder attempt or something fancy like that. Nope, just a straight up run up the gut with Cunningham. Enough to move the chains for a first down. Stops the clock with 2 seconds left, and they'll probably just take this one into the locker room.
Yeah, head on in.
Yep, they will take it into the locker room. So 20-9 is the score after the first 2 in the books. Pocahontas with 20 unanswered against the Warriors. Andy Manus, Blake Wynn here with you. We will tally up some halftime stats for you. Come back and break down the first 2 quarters right after these messages from our sponsors.
Okay, so finding a heat and air guy has never been easy. But then I got more, and it's a whole new level of customer service. First, they show up on time, and before they arrive, I get a text with a picture of my More technician, like Uber. And my More team never leaves a mess. They treat my home like it's theirs. Google MOHR. That 5-star rating, it's for real.
You deserve more, so visit us online or call us today to schedule an appointment.
So the best thing about You First Banking is that you don't have to change your lifestyle to meet our needs. We change what we have to meet your needs. Whether you're the mom who's busy taking care of kids all day and you really just don't have time to stop in the bank, we have products like our mobile banking app to make things a lot easier for you so you can get things done when you're on the run. Or if what you're looking for is that face-to-face interaction, we have 20 locations across the state with someone there to help. At First National Bank, you first, always.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
When we talk about You First Banking, what we're really saying is that we're going to take the banking experience and customize it to meet your needs. Maybe you're that person that's always on the go and you don't have time to come to the bank. We'd love to see you, but we can make it possible with our mobile apps to where you don't ever have to set foot in any of our banks. But maybe you're that person that does like coming to see your favorite teller and you like that face-to-face interaction. We've got 20 locations across the state with a friendly staff that's here for you. Only at First National Bank. You first. Always.
Football season is here, but the summer heat is still on the field, and your home's air conditioning is working as hard as ever to prevent a breakdown. Like at the worst possible time, call now for a More AC check. For only $49, a More certified technician will come and do a complete check of your entire system. If they find a cooling problem, they'll fix it before it becomes an expensive repair. You deserve more. Call 336-2023 to schedule an appointment.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Tubetown is now available on the Amazon Fire TV and Fire Stick. Watch live events from Tubetown on your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick. Head over to the App Store and search for Tubetown. Once your app is installed, you can watch every live event from Tubetown. Miss our live coverage? Our past events are available on demand. Download the Tubetown app to your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick today. Tubetown, live, local, from Ritter Communications.
My name is Kevin Moody. Both of my kids do online gaming. They let me know when the internet's down.
I'm Bobby Valentine. I work for Ritter Communication and I'm a technician level 2.
My services were completely out. They sent Bobby out the next day. He told me that the box was shot.
It was shot.
With a gun. And he had it fixed within a couple hours once he got there. Bobby switched out my modem for me and had me upgraded to a faster speed. And both of my kids have been singing Bobby's praises since.
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Halftime between the Pocahontas Redskins and the Westside Warriors. Redskins lead this one 20-9 after the first 2 quarters. Andy Manus and Blake Gwynn here with you. And what a first half for the Westside Warriors. Started things off on the right foot, scored on their first 2 possessions, and it has just kind of been all downhill from there. 20 unanswered from the Pocahontas Redskins.
You know, Westside was really in control early and had several big defensive stops, looked good on offense. River Eagle goes down. A couple of mistakes are made, and Pocahontas just capitalized. Give them a lot of credit. But if you're Westside, you got to clean things up. You got to find a way to do it, probably without River Eagle, and find a way to come back in this game. You got to shake that first half off and come back strong.
Yeah, you look at that first drive for the Westside Warriors, 6 plays, 56 yards. It took 3:07 off of the clock. Typical Westside Warrior football. That's what you want to see when they have the ball on offense. A 5-yard touchdown rush from Rashard Cunningham to cap things off. They missed the extra point, so it would be 6-0. They would then find their way through the uprights, courtesy of a 35-yard field goal from Hunter Garrison there in the first quarter. But since then, they have been silent on offense. You said it, River Eagle went down, and they have been really struggling with tempo since then. And you know, let's take a look at the replay we've got for you. As this is the interception that we had right before the end of half, and you take a look at
that's the hit.
Kessler Ingle getting taken out there. Then you see Coach Ingle comes running onto the field. But that was a play that resulted in Michael Martins being ejected from tonight's game. So Pocahontas having to play the rest of the game without him. Westside playing the rest of the game without both of the Ingles, most likely.
Yeah, you're probably in the concussion protocol with you know, that hit to me did not look like he was trying to hurt anybody. But it you know, looked like a little bit of a targeting call. He gets ejected. Both coaches very passionate. But I will tell you, on the whole, you know, that thing has nothing to do. The loss of River Eagle has completely cost them the tempo at this point. They've got guys perfectly capable of running that offense. They have practiced it that way, but you can tell that hurt them on the offensive side of the ball. I also felt like there were times they got away from who they are. Getting a little greedy on some of those third down plays instead of just taking your medicine, maybe punting it away. And again, you clean up a couple of those mistakes. This game is still very close considering how poorly Westside played late. They can turn this around. And again, if you're them, you get the ball back, have a good, clean possession, get your little confidence back, and you're 1 score away from being really, really tight in this game. But again, Pocahontas has capitalized on those mistakes, had some good field position a couple of times. You cannot give a team like them chances. You know, Pocahontas did that against Brooklyn last week, and look what happened to them. And they're turning the tables on Westside right now.
Still about 8.5 minutes left here in the halftime break before the 2 teams come back out. We're going to try to track down some scores here for you from around the area. We'll bring those to you coming up next, all part of the Ritter Communications halftime show. Tubetown football brought to you by Moore Air Conditioning. Back with more right after this.
Okay, so finding a heat and air guy has never been easy. But then I got More, and it's a whole new level of customer service. First, they show up on time, and before they arrive, I get a text with a picture of my More technician, like Uber. And my More team never leaves a mess. They treat my home like it's theirs. Google MOHR. That 5-star rating, it's for real.
You deserve more, so visit us online or call us today to schedule an appointment.
So the best thing about You First Banking is that you don't have to change your lifestyle to meet our needs. We change what we have to meet your needs. Whether you're the mom who's busy taking care of kids all day and you really just don't have time to stop in the bank, we have products like our mobile banking app to make things a lot easier for you so you can get things done when you're on the run. Or if what you're looking for is that face-to-face interaction, we have 20 locations across the state with someone there to help. At First National Bank, you first, always.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
When we talk about You First Banking, what we're really saying is that we're going to take the banking experience and customize it to meet your needs. Maybe you're that person that's always on the go and you don't have time to come to the bank. We'd love to see you, but we can make it possible with our mobile apps to where you don't ever have to set foot in any of our banks. But maybe you're that person that does like coming to see your favorite teller and you like that face-to-face interaction. We've got 20 locations across the state with a friendly staff that's here for you. Only at First National Bank. You first. Always.
Football season is here, but the summer heat is still on the field, and your home's air conditioning is working as hard as ever to prevent a breakdown. Like at the worst possible time, call now for a More AC check. For only $49, a More certified technician will come and do a complete check of your entire system. If they find a cooling problem, they'll fix it before it becomes an expensive repair. You deserve more. Call 336-2023 to schedule an appointment.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Tubetown is now available on the Amazon Fire TV and Fire Stick. Watch live events from Tubetown on your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick. Head over to the App Store and search for Tubetown. Once your app is installed, you can watch every live event from Tubetown. Miss our live coverage? Our past events are available on demand. Download the Tubetown app to your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick today. Tubetown, live, local, from Ritter Communications.
My name is Kevin Moody. Both of my kids do online gaming. They let me know when the internet's down.
I'm Bobby Valentine. I work for Ritter Communication, and I'm a technician level 2.
My services were completely out. They sent Bobby out the next day. He told me that the box was shot.
It was shot.
With a gun. And he had it fixed within a couple hours once he got there. Bobby switched out my modem for me and had me upgraded to a faster speed. And both of my kids have been singing Bobby's praises since.
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Okay, so finding a heat and air guy has never been easy. But then I got more, and it's a whole new level of customer service. First, they show up on time, and before they arrive, I get a text with a picture of my More technician, like Uber. And my More team never leaves a mess. They treat my home like it's theirs. Google MOHR. That 5-star rating, it's for real.
You deserve more, so visit us online or call us today to schedule an appointment.
So the best thing about You First Banking is that you don't have to change your lifestyle to meet our needs. We change what we have to meet your needs. Whether you're the mom who's busy taking care of kids all day and you really just don't have time to stop in the bank, we have products like our mobile banking app to make things a lot easier for you so you can get things done when you're on the run. Or if what you're looking for is that face-to-face interaction, we have 20 locations across the state with someone there to help. At First National Bank, you first, always.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
When we talk about You First Banking, what we're really saying is that we're going to take the banking experience and customize it to meet your needs. Maybe you're that person that's always on the go and you don't have time to come to the bank. We'd love to see you, but we can make it possible with our mobile apps to where you don't ever have to set foot in any of our banks. But maybe you're that person that does like coming to see your favorite teller and you like that face-to-face interaction. We've got 20 locations across the state with a friendly staff that's here for you. Only at First National Bank. You first. Always.
Coming back from the halftime break, Andy Manus and Blake Wynn here with you in Pocahontas, where the Redskins have a 20-9 lead over their conference foe, the Westside Warriors. And it will be Westside football when we're ready to start the third quarter here.
I think if you're either head coach, if you were to talk to either head coach at halftime, both of them are going to talk about playing a cleaner game in the second half. Certainly if you're Westside, but even though you've got a lead in your Pocahontas, that there were some mistakes made on their side of the ball. So both teams looking for a cleaner second half. Westside has the ability to come back in this football game. Again, you got to shake off that first half and just keep rolling. Don't want to let this thing get out of hand in the second half. But really, if you're both teams, you're looking for a much cleaner second half.
Few scores to pass along your way here. Wynn and Greene County Tech at the halftime break. Yellow Jackets leading that one 21-7. Searcy over West Memphis right now at halftime, 34-21. Batesville over Paragould at halftime, 20-13. Blytheville up on Nettleton in the second quarter, 28-14. Gosnell and Rivercrest at halftime, 16-14. Highland over Cave City, 34-14 at half. Truman over Brookland at the halftime break, 18-7, and Newport currently over Hoxie, 20-7. That one in the second quarter. So lots of good football being played around the area tonight. Osceola and Walnut Ridge at the halftime break. That game is 7-6.
Well, I feel like we've watched 3 games here. Hadn't been all that long. I mean, not necessarily length. It's just, man, we've just seen a lot happen.
We talk about Westside Warrior football. These football games tend to move a little bit more quickly than this one has here tonight.
I feel just worn out. I mean, it just the roller coaster that was. I'd like to see a lot cleaner second half, really, from both sides.
And the third quarter underway here at Schoonover Stadium in Pocahontas. Westside takes this kickoff to the 30-yard line, and that is where the Warrior offense will come out and set up. We'll see if they stick with Dylan Russell under center, if we see a little more of Jared Garner. We've certainly seen the last of River Ingle. He went out, if you're just joining us, in the first quarter, apparently re-aggravating that shoulder injury that was kind of nagging him earlier this year.
Hopefully that's nothing extremely serious. I didn't like the way that looked, I'll tell you, but hopefully it's nothing extremely serious. It is going to be Russell back under center here, see if he can lead them down the field.
Tyler Ray in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. He's running to his left. He started to break free at the 40, but he got tripped up, not before picking up a first down.
He really, we don't talk about him enough for what he does for this football team. You mentioned early in the game the workhorse, and that's just what he does. I mean, very rarely do you see him get the football in his hands that he does not pick up at least 3 to 4 yards, and on that play, picking up the first down.
Yeah, nice little downhill run that time for Tyler Ray. Scored 2 touchdowns in last week's victory against Highland. McPherson had the other. He's been kind of held in check so far here tonight. There you see a defender get hands on Ray initially, but Ray is able to at least fight back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. So 2nd and 10 coming up.
That could have easily been a loss on the play for that one, and instead he picked up about 3 yards after contact to stop that from being a negative play again. Just more powerful running from Ray.
All spotted on the far side hash marks. Not far to go for Garner to come in and deliver the play. Cunningham in the backfield now. They'll hand it off to McPherson, and McPherson stopped immediately. All in the backfield on that play was Xavier Taylor. 2nd time we've called his name tonight for breaking through that line.
Yeah, he was on the blitz that time, and nobody picked him up coming through. And nothing much you can do if you're the running back that time. Somebody's got to pick him up on the blitz, and he just slipped right through and hammered him.
Well, and it could be in part, like we have talked about since River Eagle left, just Westside has had some problems with the tempo, but they have also had some problems with picking up this blitz from Pocahontas tonight.
A couple of times tonight. You're exactly right.
Bringing blitz again. Play action. Throw over the middle. Caught for a first down. That's Brady Johnson on the reception, and that was a great play. You got Pocahontas bringing everybody. Just throw a quick little seam route over the middle. Great way to beat a blitz. Great way to beat cover 2.
That is a good pass play for a team that does not pass very often. It's a pre-designed play. The quarterback just throws to a spot, and that is a very good play call right there in a situation where they were not expecting that, and it picks up the first down. I love that play call right there.
So 2 first downs on this drive here for the Warriors. 1 wide receiver, it's Garner. There's the handoff to Cunningham. Cunningham keeping his legs moving. The pile still moving. Now it gets pushed backward. Ball came out, but I think Garner fell on top of it. Whoa, right there at the end of that.
Hold on to that ball, man.
Yeah, the ball
Goodness
just
gracious.
squirted out of there, and thankfully Garner was there to fall on top of it.
Heads up play there by Garner to get on top of it.
Look at how the pile is moving,
There
and then
it went.
just all of a sudden that ball just comes out.
Boy, and I'm going to tell you, that is a good example of a young man keeping his head in the play even after it was by him. If he's just standing around taking a nap, that ball's turned over, and Garner saved them a turnover right there.
Absolutely.
Very heads-up play from him when he was already behind the play. You don't expect that ball to come shooting at you like that.
He was ready for it and saved the Warriors more heartache. There's the blitz. McPherson takes the handoff, starts to break free at the 30-yard line, but the Redskins were able to put a few more bodies on him. McPherson is able to pick up a first down, though, and keep things moving here for the Warriors on their opening drive of the second half.
See, Westside really doesn't have an up-tempo, but I would like them to speed things up just a touch with the momentum they've got going, because now you've got Pocahontas back on their heels. You're running it right down their throat. You had the successful pass play. That's in the back of their mind. Keep it rolling here. Just keep it rolling.
Yeah, and if you're wearing down that defensive front of theirs, you're only just kind of gassing them more the less time you take. Here's the option keeper for Russell. Russell tries to create some separation with a stiff arm, but he's driven down in the backfield. Great job by Gunnar Matthews. And again, second time we've called his name tonight. Watch him here in pursuit. Great job breaking free from the offensive lineman and just chasing down Russell.
You know, I do like the way that they've opened up the playbook a little bit here in this second half. You've given the defense a little bit to think about. You know, that play was not successful, but they've had a very different strategy of calling plays in this second half. And again, you're in their head a little bit now. You've done some things that you can do again that they've got to all of a sudden keep in the back of their mind. I'd love to see Ray come at him right here.
McPherson and Ray in the backfield along with Cunningham. Russell lost the snap, picks it up, got to run with it now. This takes off. Finally, they blow the whistle, and a little shove there at the end of that one. Picked up maybe half a yard there.
You know, Russell's had a little bit of trouble with that tonight. He has
That's
had
the third time that's happened.
A couple of times with him picking up that snap, and that's just not taking a lot of snaps under center. And On the whole, I feel like he's doing a good job back there of running the offense, but just having a little trouble picking up the snap. That's not as easy as it looks.
It's
You
not.
don't do that every day.
Especially this time of year, that ball's probably wet from the dew.
Mm-hmm.
Under 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter. There's the handoff to Cunningham. Boy, Cunningham just comes out of the gate like a cannonball.
He just ran them over that time.
He sure did.
They were all over him from the second he hit it. And again, this is where Westside, this is totally a gettable play for you on fourth down. Do your bread and butter. I like seeing Garner trying to get everybody a little fired up. A little swagger coming out of the second half. Coach Engel must have done a good job of his halftime speech. I like these Warriors I've seen come out after halftime. No mistakes here. Pick up your fourth down. You got this play. Again, I would give them 7 times out of 10 they pick up this fourth down here.
This is the 10th play of this drive. It's taken up nearly half of the third quarter. Let's see if they go to their ground game here, and I believe they just got them off sides. They did. They just picked up a fresh set of downs with a hard count on 4th and short. So now the Warriors should have it 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Any way you can get it. That worked exactly as you did, but if you're Pocahontas, you cannot fall for that there.
Nope.
I mean, you know that's coming. You got to know that's coming. But again, it works. Love it. Westside just continues to move the football down the field. And again, you've got them a little on the heels. Again, this is where one piece where a little tempo would help them, being able to pick it up just a little bit, because you do have Pocahontas back on your heels, but I love the way they've come back out.
Garner, the lone wide receiver here on the near side. There's the snap. Handoff to McPherson. McPherson cuts back to the middle. He is taken down at the 10-yard line. Well, he cuts so quick.
Very good. He has a very strong cut. And watch what we're talking about right here.
Right there.
Yep. Puts the left foot in, digs it in, and turns. And again, that's what they do. They've got so many different weapons out there. A score would go so far towards. Again, they've come out. They've looked good. They really deserve a score here. And if they could get one, again, makes it a one-possession game, and you really start to feel better about the ball game you're playing again.
This drive has started back on their own 31. They've got 3 seconds here on the play clock. They turn. They hand it off. Right up the gut. Tyler Ray. Yes, sir. Touchdown, Warriors.
There's Tyler Ray once again. And you can't say enough about how big that guy has been this year. Talk so much about McPherson coming in. He had the injury during the Greene County Tech game, and Ray stepped up, and he has been big for them the rest of the season on out. That kid can single-handedly pick up and carry this team when he needs to, and he has been so big for them. And that is just what the doctor ordered for Westside. They came out. They had a different swagger. Now you can completely turn the page on the first half, and, that is exactly what they needed. We were hard on them. I was really hard on them in the first half. It did not look good. It was ugly, but you can turn the page from that. Love the way they came out in this half.
Going forward on the 2-point conversion here, and McPherson is going to dive in on the pitch. He's going to get it, and it will be a 3-point ball game here with 5:04 left to play in the third quarter. 20-17, it's a 10-yard touchdown rush from Tyler Ray that puts Westside on the scoreboard first here in the second half. Back with more from Pocahontas right after this.
Football season is here, but the summer heat is still on the field, and your home's air conditioning is working as hard as ever to prevent a breakdown. Like at the worst possible time, call now for a More AC check. For only $49, a More certified technician will come and do a complete check of your entire system. If they find a cooling problem, they'll fix it before it becomes an expensive repair. You deserve more. Call 336-2023 to schedule an appointment.
Andy Maness and Blake Gwynn welcome you back to Pocahontas. It's Westside getting ready to kick off after a 10-yard touchdown rush by Tyler Ray. They went for the 2-point conversion with Logan McPherson. They got it. It was an 11-play, 69-yard drive that took 6:50 off of the clock.
Wow.
Here in the third quarter. You said it, wow, and we talked about it at the beginning of tonight's football game. That's the Westside Warrior offense that we're used to seeing, a team that loves to dominate the time of possession and not leave you with much time to answer. In this case, Westside's playing from behind, though. Kickoff taken inside the 20. Now out to the 30, right up the middle of the field. The return man stopped at about, a little bit of extracurricular there as the return man makes his way out to the 35-yard line, and that's Brian Lim on the return there. A little flustered.
You know, Pocahontas has a lot going for them on offense right now. Westside defense needing to stop. Again, but we got a ball game on our hands. A lot of credit to Westside for turning the page on that first half and coming out strong.
We'll see if Pocahontas can keep their momentum going that they had. Pouring on 20 unanswered. Here's Kimball, picked up by Garner. Garner getting ready for that WWE suplex there. Good job of stopping Kimball. That was a touchdown-saving tackle. He was the last man standing between Kimball and the end zone.
Garner tried to body slam him there.
Did.
He may have been a little frustrated about his stint at quarterback earlier, and he was not having any of that. Well, get off my lawn there.
Oh, they're actually going to penalize the Warriors for that.
For picking him up? I could say, well, Coach Ingle's not going to be. He is not having a great night with these officials.
He's not. He is running out to the hash marks to talk to the head umpire here. That's an interesting. There wasn't really anything, overboard about that right there. So that's kind of an interesting call. Now, if he had slammed him, absolutely, that's a different story.
Completed what he attempted to do in the first place. Yeah, exactly. I think he was on his way there.
I guess they're getting him for the attempt.
Yeah.
So
forward progress was stopped.
First and 10 from the 40. Yeah, forward progress of that slam got stopped for sure. Ball taken out to the 35-yard line. A nice little run there on first and 10 by Brian Lim.
Just what you want to see if you're the Pocahontas offense. Yep. They come back out. Again, you mentioned their momentum. They had a ton headed into it as well. Westside stopped some of that with the touchdown, but they've come right back out looking really good on offense.
Yeah, that penalty doesn't help.
No.
4:10 to play here in the third quarter. That is a good point by our producer. It has been a long time since the Redskins had the football, though. Almost a jailbreak blitz there for the Warriors. Somehow the Redskins are able to get it off to the tailback, and he scoots out to the 22-yard line. That's Brian Lim again on the carry, enough to move the chains for the Redskins. That was a close one as the Warriors were all in the backfield. Very close to sniffing that one out.
Yeah, had 3 or 4 guys in the backfield, but that was also 3 or 4 guys that weren't on that side of the football.
That's true.
And he had plenty of time to run, and he got away from them. It's better when they're behind you when they're not catching you there. So a good run. Again, so many, Pocahontas has a lot of weapons they throw at you on offense.
Taking a look at the quarterback as a weapon now as Dawson Chester going to run forward, crosses the 20, makes his way down to the 17-yard line, I believe is where they're going to spot this. It'll be 2nd and 5. Now coming up for Pocahontas.
Jacob Brown got in the backfield right there and was just a little off on his angle of attack, but he was in the backfield once again on that play. Got to find a way to make contact in that backfield if you're them.
Here's Kimball on the sweep, cuts up through the middle of the field, and he is going to score. Finding the end zone from the 17-yard line is Derek Kimball, and what a cut he made to find the end zone right there. And nobody touched him after that.
They have weapon after weapon they can throw at you, and they did about 3 or 4 different things, and those 3 or 4 plays right there. Just what you want to know if you're Pocahontas. That momentum has continued on offense. They have looked good their past 2 to 3 drives, and they convert with that touchdown right there, put the pressure squarely back on Westside.
5 plays, 65 yards. They did it in 1 minute, 45 seconds.
Little difference on that time of possession between those 2 drives.
I'd say so. They put points on the board quickly. Extra point is good. It is now 28-17, 3:11 left to play here in the third quarter. Back with more from Pocahontas right after this.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
17-yard touchdown rush for Derek Kimball Jr., his second touchdown of the night. It puts Pocahontas ahead 28-17. They extend that lead up to 11 now. It was just at 3, but they're able to get a 2-point conversion after that touchdown, and now they're ready to kick it off.
Well, I tell you what you do right there by doing that. Westside takes so long to move up the field that you've really put the pressure on them because they take so long on their drives. By creating that 2-possession lead, you really kind of put them against the wall. Even though we're in the third quarter, they're one drive away from being halfway through the fourth.
Well, we saw it against Hoxie. When they have to play from behind, they just cannot execute their game plan. Here's McPherson on the run back. He brings it out to the 35-yard line, and actually that was Zach Melton on the return. So taking a look at that. Here's that touchdown run by Kimball. That cut right there was just incredible.
Oh, he is a talented running back. I mean, he is so athletic, but he runs with a little power as well, and he's done that multiple times tonight. Big runs, broke it open. He was critical on that drive. You know, now if you're Westside, your point of attack here, you cannot have a 6-minute drive. You need to try, they pulled out some different plays here. They're looking for a big play from somebody.
3 backs in the backfield. Russell turns, hands it off to Ray. Ray tripped up, but as he does, picks up about 3 to 4 yards.
If anybody's going to take him to the promised land, it's going to be Ray.
We just need to call him all day Tyler Ray. I think he's learned that.
Tyler Ray.
He has earned that new nickname.
I love it. He is just so clutch, and again, he's the type of guy who runs with some power, but he can bust a big run too. And again, you're one play away from being back within one possession, but you really don't need one of those good old-fashioned Westside long drives here.
Yeah, they do need to break off a big one here with 2:30 left to play in the third. Russell takes the snap, again hands it off to all-day Tyler Ray. Picks up another 3 to 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and short coming up.
I think if you're listening and you don't follow Westside a whole lot, you're probably going, why am I worried about the clock in the third quarter? But they literally made the entire third quarter vanish on one drive, which is good.
6 minutes and 50 seconds.
But they operate better in that regard with the lead. Now, you do have time. It's not that they don't have time. But, again, I mean, the clock is running. You're down 11. If you don't score here, you're only giving yourselves about 2 more times with the football the way you move up the field without a real passing game.
Trying to draw him off sides, can't get him. There's the handoff to McPherson. McPherson fighting his way through the tackles will make his way to the 47-yard line. Clock will stop with 1:42 as they move the chains for a first down.
Good. They just keep moving the football, picking up those first downs. Again, a score here changes every bit. Pocahontas does not eat clock. So you get a score here hopefully before the end of the third quarter, and then you can worry about defense again. It looks like
the officials talking to the team captains out here.
Yeah, they're going. It has gotten a little chippy here the past couple of plays, so he's just going to make sure he gets everything straight.
Yeah, Brian Lim and Logan McPherson, the two out there talking to the officials. Clock will roll now, 1:38 and counting. 1st and 10 for the Warriors from their own 48-yard line. Had 3 plays and a first down so far here on this drive. Had it for about 2 minutes. There's the pressure. Russell going to keep it himself. And he'll rumble forward for about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Keep it moving. Keep moving towards your end of the field. They've crossed midfield now. And again, they do have some explosiveness on their side of the ball. The closer they get, the more pressure they put on Pocahontas, the more you wear their defense down, the more likely it is that they hit a big play. And again, touchdown on this drive really puts you in a good spot for the fourth quarter, but you need a touchdown on this drive as slow as they're moving.
Garner comes out wide. Ray comes out to the slot now. Pocahontas doesn't look like they know what to do on defense here. There's the pitch out to McPherson. He can't get a hand on it. Pocahontas recovers. The pitch was a little high and a little behind McPherson, but he still got his hands on it, and now a flag comes flying out at the end of that and it looks like it's going to go against Pocahontas, maybe a little showboating after the fumble recovery. So it is going to be Pocahontas football, but this one is likely going to be moving backwards after the recovery. So it's unsportsmanlike conduct on Pocahontas. Didn't quite see what happened at the end of that, but again, a bad pitch out here. Just high and behind McPherson. Couldn't get his hands on it. Couldn't turn around to go get it.
Again, you miss River Engel in those positions. That's where he does not make those mistakes. And again, I want to reiterate that is not me hammering on Russell. That is me complimenting River Engel in that he is so critical on plays like that, because those are plays he executes time and time again. And now you've got a guy who doesn't play that position very often, trying to make a pretty complex pitch play right there, a well-timed pitch play, and it gets away from him. But, boy, you just did not need that. Again, there's still time here because Pocahontas does not eat a bunch of clock with their drives, but you do need to stop.
Here's Dawson Chester on the keeper, bounces to the outside, missed one man, but not a second. Oh, and some of the Redskins over here kind of think that one of the defender there for Westside got there a little bit late. That will take us to the end of the third quarter, however. It will be 2nd and 7 for the Pocahontas Redskins when we come back, all spotted on their own 44-yard line. Pocahontas leading Westside 28-17. You're watching Tubetown.
Tubetown is now available on the Amazon Fire TV and Fire Stick. Watch live events from Tubetown on your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick. Head over to the App Store and search for Tubetown. Once your app is installed, you can watch every live event from Tubetown. Miss our live coverage? Our past events are available on demand. Download the Tubetown app to your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick today. Tubetown, live, local, from Ritter Communications.
We remind you to check out the app on the Amazon Fire Stick. Just search for Tubetown. You can take us with you wherever you go. So keep up with us when we're covering these Westside Warriors while you're on the road or on vacation this fall, or any of the basketball that we'll be covering a little bit later on this year. Anything we're doing here on Tubetown, you can find it right there on your Amazon Fire Stick. Andy Manus, Blake Gwynn, right here back with you in the fourth quarter in Pocahontas. The Redskins leading Westside 28-17, and it is Redskin football, 2nd and 7 at their own 44-yard line.
Again, Pocahontas, not huge clock eaters, pretty quick on their drive, so you can get a stop here and still have a chance at a couple of possessions.
Here's Kimball with a cutback, stopped at the line of scrimmage and pushed back, and he's going to lose about a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 8 now.
Pocahontas typically operates with a little bit of tempo, but they're going to slow their roll. Now we got an injury on the field for Westside.
Yeah, that's Caleb Whitmire. Whitmire a little slow to get up. Got a little bit of a cramp there. It looks like.
He
does not like that. Yeah, you can tell when the cramp is setting in for sure. So.
That's always coach or an athletic trainer. The first thing they come out, they start pushing on it, and it's the last thing you want. It is like a cramp the way they're massaging his calf there. It does not hurt any less, though. Anybody's ever had a cramp? Not
any fun. You can tell by the way he's got his foot. I'm not trying to laugh at it.
No,
you just know
but you've been there.
You've had a cramp.
Absolutely.
You stretch out your toes a little bit too far when you're laying down in bed, and you got to stand up and try to walk it off. That's the worst ever.
A cramp is not major unless you're the person with the cramp.
You're
then
right.
It's like call an ambulance.
Oh, that's the worst when you can see it too. It's just like, oh, that's awful. Here's Chester looking to throw on 3rd and short. Tuck it and ran right into the defender, however. And that was a heads-up play there by Tyler Porter, putting his body in the gap that Chester was trying to run through. Boy, I don't think Chester saw him when he turned and got ready to run upfield, and he ran right into a big guy wearing white and red.
He got hit pretty hard. They're going to punt the football away here. Good, clean punt reception if you're Westside. You'd like a nice return. You'd like to get around midfield. but don't do anything too cute on this end. Just good, clean punt reception.
Kessler Engel is the return man. He's going to let it roll back to the 15-yard line. That's the second time the Redskins have punted the ball, and both times were really good-looking punts.
Good to see Kessler back out there, too. He got banged up on that hit earlier. And
so now from the 15-yard line, Westside comes back out, try to have a little bit better result than that fumble with McPherson on their last drive.
And again, this is one of those things. Westside should have time for 2 possessions here. They move the ball very slowly, so they don't have the luxury with everybody else. They should have time for 2 possessions, but you need a score on this drive. Again, because of how much clock they will eat taking it down the field.
1 wide receiver, 3 backs in the backfield. There's the handoff. Ray bounces off of 1 defender right at the line, but does not get much further than that. Again, Xavier Taylor in there for the Redskins.
Rare stop of Ray at the line there. That doesn't happen very often with him, but a good defensive pickup there.
So 2nd and 9 now coming up. Clock is the enemy for Westside right now.
That's a love-hate relationship they have with that clock. And again, they're not going to throw it around much. They may have a couple of pre-designed pass plays, but they're not going to throw it much. Your option is to take a big, long drive and try to get a score, but you probably only have 2 possessions max here at this point.
Cunningham is in the backfield. He's going to take the handoff. No, play action. Russell looking to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Steps up, and he makes his way out to the 20-yard line. He's able to pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5. A good job navigating the pocket there, but
good job not throwing it, too. Nobody was open. He just tucked it and run. It's hard to cut your losses at this stage of the game, but you don't get too aggressive there and don't throw an interception. Good job to just keep it and run.
Well, and you're basically in 4-down territory, I'd say, from here on out.
Yeah, you got to be.
Especially if you have a 4th and very short. We know that you've got the weapons in the backfield to likely handle that yardage. Fake it one way. They hand it off to McPherson. McPherson has got an open field ahead of him. Breaks free at the 40. He's tripped up, stays in bounds, cuts back to the middle of the field. And if it had not been for that one defender, McPherson would have been gone.
And that's what McPherson is so dangerous. Again, we haven't seen a ton of big plays from Westside. But, hey, look at Garner back in at quarterback, and he executes that ball fake perfectly. Garner gets another shot back in there, and that helps set up that big run play right there. So, again, love seeing that with the absence of River Engel. Good job, Garner, stepping right back in there and making a great handoff and getting McPherson set up for what he does best. That's a huge run.
C.J. Palmer was the Redskin to force McPherson to make his cut. Probably saved a touchdown there. They hand it off up the middle once again. That time it is Rashard Cunningham on the carry. So 2nd and 5 coming up after that big run from McPherson and the run from Cunningham.
Whitmire back in after his cramp, and he's big on your run game. You don't overlook those linemen. He's really big on their running game, so he's back in after his cramp, and they need him in there. They need those starting linemen in.
McPherson lined up at the end of the line of scrimmage. It's Cunningham and Ray, the 2 backs in the backfield. Ray takes the pitch, running right, gets a good block, but got tripped up by that block. Just clipped him. He goes spinning forward, and I don't think he picked up a yard out of that. They look like they spotted him right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 4 coming up.
I'm not sure if the defender got him or if he cut the corner a little too short on that block, but either way, he got tripped up. Again, you're in 4-down territory for them. You're moving the ball pretty well and in a good yardage situation for their type of offense.
So Russell comes back out with the play. 17 seconds left on the play clock. Plenty of time. Don't have to hurry. As Blake said, 4-down territory. 3rd and 3 right now from the Redskin 46-yard line. Showing pressure up the middle. They fake the handoff. It's Russell taking it to the outside at the 35-30. 25 down the near sideline. He will be pushed out of bounds by Jackson Nichols. But Westside moving the chains. A big run there on 3rd and 3 by Dylan Russell. There's the fake, and then there's Russell taking off.
That's something Russell does bring to the backfield is the opportunity to run it outside, and he does it right there. And that's just what you need, a big play moves you back up the field, and you keep a solid drive going. Just got to make sure you cap it off with a score. You really don't have the luxury at this point of not scoring on this drive.
It does stop the clock after that play with the out of bounds and the first down. 7:24 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Garner back in. He'll hand it off to Cunningham. Cunningham continuing to move forward, picks up a nice little 6 yards there on 1st and 10, so it'll be second and very manageable coming up with about 7 minutes left here in the ball game.
Size and power is what that one's all about right there, and they picked up a bunch of yardage on a very short early contact run play, and again, they're set up very well. With an extra 2 downs, you ought to pick up this first down with Westside's running game.
Russell makes his way back to the huddle with about 17 seconds left on the play clock. Not going to leave them a whole lot of time to work with if they're able to score here on this drive. Going to have to get it back very quickly. Got to take care of one thing at a time, though. Here on 2nd and short, Russell on the quarterback sneak is going to get stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 3.
That's all right. You got 2 more downs. So, again, not a huge problem there. They're in 4-down territory, certainly, and a short yardage situation for them on 3rd down. Plenty of options for them still at this point.
Well, Russell looks gassed out there.
Yeah, he had the big run play earlier, and he's been rotating back and forth from quarterback, and then had to run off and on the field.
Yeah, running plays, and they're on the near side hash mark. He's got to cross the field to go to the sideline. There's the handoff here on 3rd and short with Ray. Ray rumbles forward, crosses the 10-yard line. It'll be a new set of downs, 1st and goal for the Westside Warriors now with 5:52 left to play in the game.
When you move the ball as effectively as they do on the ground, those 3rd and shorts when you're in 4-down territory, half the time you're going to get that, and they had 2 chances at it. They pick it up on the first one. There's Ray once again, and they're in a perfect position. They ought to be able to punch it in from this distance. Plenty of options.
And you said it a minute ago, leading the way on that block was Caleb Whitmire. Can't overlook how important this offensive line is to the Warriors. There's the handoff to Ray. Ray up the middle, across the 5-yard line, tripped up. He is down at the 3. It'll be 2nd and goal coming up for the Warriors. Clock continuing to move under 5:30 now.
He is as consistent as anybody that I've ever seen.
All day.
And finding those relatively small gaps and pushing it up the way. And the Westside Warriors line has gone to work. You got a timeout.
They say it's an official's timeout, and no,
I think
that
Ray's
is not
bleeding.
good. Yeah, Tyler Ray is having to come out because he's got blood on his jersey. So, that's not good for Westside.
Get
They better
that boy a Band-Aid.
get him some peroxide or bleach, whatever you need to get.
Yeah, do something. And that takes one of their huge options off the field here in short yardage range. Might be the trainer, maybe the MVP of this drive, and get Ray back in there.
Cunningham, McPherson, and Garner, the 3 backs in the backfield. There's a flag, and they're going to get Kessler Engel over here for, I think, being offsides. No, they're going to call it on the
Pocahontas.
defense.
Wow.
Half the distance to the goal. So lining up in the neutral zone, I think they did.
And if Ray is done bleeding, he might be able to get back into the game here. You can see the trainer running on the sidelines.
Yeah, the trainer's wrapping him up.
There he goes.
There he goes.
Back in the game. They need that option on the field in this short yardage situation.
Well,
he's still over there. I don't think they quite got him in this drive. You still got it. You're still 2nd down. He'll have another shot at it here. And some options on the field. You still got Cunningham you can go to. McPherson's back there. Garner's back there too. So they've still got plenty of options with those 3 in the backfield. What do we have here? They're arguing about the spot of the ball. Looked like your Redskin defender touched the football.
Now he's telling everybody to back up. Well, Pocahontas, I think, is trying to argue that Westside snapped the ball because the center touched it and let go.
Right. You're going to have to have seen that clearly to make that call if you're the official here. They're going to confer, try to make sure nobody saw it, but you better have seen something clear if you're going to make a change to something here. On the whole, everything this crew's had to deal with been pretty good tonight. they've had quite a bit of stuff to deal with, and I think on the whole they've been pretty good considering all.
Waving whatever penalty flag they threw out. Second down coming up. That Tyler Ray has probably made his way back into the game. Nope.
We'll stick with that same formation. They already had the play dialed up.
Nope, he is back in the
Is
game.
he right there? Yeah, there he is. Is that him?
McPherson in the backfield. Russell ready to take the snap. Oh, a bit of a miscommunication there. The ball is on the ground, and I think Pocahontas came up with it.
No, Westside had it on the ground.
Oh, goodness.
There was one white jersey in there. One white jersey.
Jared
And there was
Garner.
Garner again picks up the fumble.
Watch Russell. Russell tries to turn and hand it to Garner. Garner was a little bit too far off his mark there, and thankfully for the Warriors,
Got it back.
able to fall on top
He was
of
the
it.
only guy in that area. You know, that was a busted play, and luckily they got that one back. Well, you got to feel like you have second life if you're Westside here. My goodness.
3rd and goal now coming up. There's the snap.
There it is.
They hand it off to Tyler Ray all day. Tyler Ray into the end zone to make it 28-23.
Wow, Tyler Ray. Tyler Ray, man. I mean, and again, look at the hole the line opened up for him. With the defense selling out on the up-the-middle run play, they opened up a gap like that for him to run through. And that is an unbelievable job of Westside's offensive line. Again, Pocahontas knows they're going to run it right up the middle. They're sold out on it, and they still open up a gap like that. Great run by Ray. Great job by the Westside offensive line, and you have given yourself time with the defensive stop to have a shot at winning this ball game.
Well, and their average is still holding strong. McPherson trying to make it in for 2, and he fights his way into the end zone. So it is now a 3-point ball game, 28-25 with a 2-point conversion. 4:08 left to play here in the fourth quarter. We're back with more action from Schoonover Stadium in Pocahontas right after this.
My name is Kevin Moody. Both of my kids do online gaming. They let me know when the internet's down.
I'm Bobby Valentine. I work for Ritter Communication, and I'm a technician level 2.
My services were completely out. They sent Bobby out the next day. He told me that the box was shot.
It was shot.
With a gun. And he had it fixed within a couple hours once he got there. Bobby switched out my modem for me and had me upgraded to a faster speed. And both of my kids have been singing Bobby's praises since.
Andy Manus, Blake Gwynn, back here with you in Pocahontas at Schoonover Stadium. 4:08 to play in the fourth quarter. But Westside back in this one, only trailing by 3 now. It was an 11-play, 85-yard drive. It took 6:45 off of the clock here in the fourth quarter. Westside also got a 2-point conversion. The 2-yard touchdown rush by Tyler Ray. McPherson gets the 2. It is 28-25. So both teams have all 3 timeouts. It is going to be an interesting 4:08 here in Pocahontas.
You want a good football game? You got one. We're here.
Westside 1-0 on the year in conference play. Pocahontas looking for their first conference win against the Warriors here tonight. Kickoff taken at the 22-yard line. Now to the 25 with blockers ahead of him. Cut up to the 35. Now up to the 40, and that's Kimball driven down and out of bounds. Not going to get a flag for a late hit at the end of that one, but some really good field position for the Pocahontas Redskins. And once again, it is Derek Kimball showing off his speed and agility and vision as well.
Got a little flag down here too, but what a run by him, and that's just what you wanted. That flag is down on the west side, but watch this run. Just finding the right gaps. Finding the right gaps and hitting it wide open.
Might have got away with a block in the back there at the very beginning of that, but it wasn't too
right.
bad of a block, and I don't think it really. That's what I was going to say. Don't think it really affected the play.
Face mask on west side.
All right,
well that is 5-yard kind or the 15-yard kind.
We're going to find out. The ball was originally supposed to be spotted, it looks like, at about the 42, 43-yard line. We'll see how far they're going to mark this one forward.
There's a not-so-bad face mask, and there's a bad face mask. I think that's a not-so-bad one, I think. Because normally they rule the other one a personal foul.
Mm-hmm.
Should be 5.
Nope.
10.
That's not the good one.
No. Okay. Yeah, that's the bad one.
That's 15 yards. That's definitely the bad one. Not the good one
It
at
get
all.
worse than that, Boy, that's a turn of events for Pocahontas. And man, again, they're hard enough to stop on offense, much less putting them on your side of the field trying to stop them. So that's what you wanted if you're Pocahontas. Now you got to capitalize here. They will leave Westside with some time.
Here's Kimball on the handoff. Avoids one defender. Oh, runs right into another, though. But he is able to pick up another nice chunk of yards on first down. It'll be 2nd and about 4 coming up. Watch the way he just dances his way around these tackles. His cutting ability is just really impressive.
Yeah, that is something that really a guy has to put in a lot of work to do. You take it for granted when you see those guys, but that's something they work on. That they spend a lot of time on, particularly in the off season when you're not allowed to touch the football. You spend time on your speed and agility, and that's where that guy did that. This is do or die. This is the ball game for Westside. They've got to have a stop.
Here's Kimball again on the handoff, running to his left, searching for the corner. He found one at the 30s, at the 25-20, breaks free at the 10, the 5. Can't find the end zone, though. Knocked out just shy of the goal line. Flags come flying out. This one could be coming back, but yet again, you see the speed and agility of Derek Kimball, taking that one nearly 33 yards for the score.
Yeah, that one will come back, but, man, you just got to keep going to that guy. I mean, he is proven he is so fast. He cuts so well. You got to keep going to him because they have not stopped him in the entire second half. He has not been stopped.
Almost had his 3rd touchdown of the night.
And I wouldn't rule it out before this one's said and done with. Well, you catch a second life. Again, for Westside, this stop is the ball game. You've got to have this stop here.
Penalty is going to be against Pocahontas. It is a holding penalty, so 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And it'll be 1st and 10, though, because that one happened down the field after the big run. So
eating that clock, too. And we know Westside really not capable of a quick score. So this is just what they needed. Again, still eating that time off the clock. Now got a new set of downs.
3 wide receivers to throw to, but Chester going to keep it himself and pick up about 2, and we are going to have a timeout from the Westside Warriors. They burn their first one of the second half. Still have 2 remaining. Pocahontas still has all 3 there.
You're really getting to the point, if you're Pocahontas, at the point in the field that you're at, you really don't want to move too quickly. You do have the timeouts, so Westside will burn their timeouts. But you don't. You're to the point, to me, if you're Pocahontas, you don't want to throw a pass play at this point. That's not something you want to do. Just keep it in the hands of Kimball. He'll probably take care of the rest. But you're probably out of passing territory if you're Pocahontas. Force Westside to take the rest of their timeouts. And at the point you're in on the field, even a turnover on downs at this point, Westside would have a lot of trouble taking it the length of the field.
Yeah, especially, like you said, if you force them to use all their timeouts, that's going to be a tough task to go.
Yeah, you're not
70
passing
yards
at this point. You're going to keep it with Kimball and run as much clock, force them to take the timeouts, and to get – make Westside try to make a 1.5 to a minute drive up the field from their own 20.
Well, we've seen a little bit of Brian Lim on the ground tonight, too, for Pocahontas, so could see him get a couple more carries. Yep, 32 is standing out there in the backfield alongside Kimball. Chester ready for the snap. There it is. He's going to keep it himself. Little option play there. Takes a dive, just slides shy of the 25-yard line. Flag came flying out at the end of that one. Little designed bootleg keeper there.
I think if you're Westside, your goal is to pick up a stop here and still have little over 2 minutes left to go the other direction. You probably won't have timeouts left, but if this goes the way of Pocahontas, which you got to hope it does for them, yes, it does. You are starting to look a lot better on this drive than you were about 2 minutes ago.
And they're going to decline it, so instead of 2nd and 18, you're looking at 3rd and
that's
about
a good
12
play.
maybe.
Take the down instead of the yardage there.
Because he lost yardage on that play anyway, so you're looking at a 3rd and 11 now,
right.
So.
And again, you could potentially end up with the ball back here with well over 2 minutes to play, and that is enough time for you to have put together a decent drive and then take some shots at it. So
3rd and 11. There's the run with Kimball. Kimball bouncing to the outside. A couple of nifty juke moves. He makes his way to the 25-yard line, and he is stopped. It'll be 4th down coming up. And if Westside chooses to use a timeout here, they will have one remaining.
I think you have to.
And I think they did.
Try to get the stop, because then you would have one timeout coming back the other direction.
And we already know they can kick a field goal too.
Yeah, and the penalties got Pocahontas on that drive. You just needed a clean maybe another 1st down, and you were really about to put Westside up against it. But give a lot of credit to them. A big stop behind the line of scrimmage. And then along with the penalty on what was almost a touchdown, but they took advantage of a second life, which they had to do because that's a do-or-die possession. Now they're one big stop away from getting the football back with a timeout left. And again, they don't move fast. 2 minutes and 35 seconds, probably what they'll have after this play, is not a lot of time for an offense that moves like theirs does, but it's more than what you probably thought you had about 2 minutes ago.
Well, and while the offense may not move at a blistering pace, you do at least have a couple of big playmakers that can
you can do it.
Break off a couple of big runs. Because we've seen Logan McPherson.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that he can break one off at any moment.
Absolutely.
We know that Rashard Cunningham has got speed.
Yes.
So definitely not out of the picture here. 4th and 10. Pocahontas going to go for it. Chester looking to throw. Fires it out to the near sideline, and it is incomplete. Trying to find Lane Looney for his 2nd reception of the night on a little comeback route, but great defense. The defender was there in time to hit perfectly. Take a look. The defender gets there right at the same time the ball does, and that's Dylan Russell on the defense there.
Charles Beatty wanting that penalty right there, and it was just bang, bang, and they're not going to call that a lot of times, especially in that situation in the game. I get what he's saying.
Sure.
I totally understand that. I do think that's a good no call there. And again, now they've got 2 minutes, 36 seconds left. They have a timeout left. This is everything you could hope for if you're Westside at this point. Got to capitalize.
Garner goes out wide, Russell under center. It's Ray with McPherson ahead of him. Ray gets the handoff. Goes out to about the 30-yard line. Westside's got to hurry.
And see what Bobby Engel will do. He'll run the play in with his subs. That stops the guy from coming back over to that side and taking up an extra 10 to 15 seconds.
And that's because that's exactly what's happening. Or that's what's happened all night is Westside is breaking the huddle with about 15 seconds left. They'll snap it with about 7. Right now it's about at 17, and they'll snap it with about 14. There's the handoff right up the gut with Cunningham. Cunningham is going to pick up about 3 yards. Still does not stop the clock. It's continuing to run now under 1:55, and there's the substitute coming in with the play.
See, there comes the play with Garner, and so he'll call the play into the quarterback. And again, that's their version of up-tempo. Some of them have hand signals. He's just manually running that call in. But again, they're moving it pretty quickly here for Westside. They're moving it pretty quickly, and they've got the cards to pick up this 1st down, and the clock will stop with that as well.
3rd and short, under 1:45 left. Turns.
No.
There's a miscommunication between McPherson and Garner. Garner somehow still comes up with it, running towards the sideline. Can't get there. Clock will continue to run. McPherson and Garner both just, I don't want to say fighting for the ball, but they didn't have the handoff timed properly.
Yeah, that's more you're missing River Eagle right there. And, again, luckily they get that one back. They're going to go ahead and take that final timeout. They're going to have to. And I think that's a good call. You need to get your composure back.
You got to get your first down.
You got to get the first down. The clock will stop after the first down. If you get it, it's 4th down. So, again, if you get that first down, your clock stops anyway. You can get another play in. But, again, boy, they avoided a turnover right there, and that was close and even got back near. That looked like that was about to be a complete disaster for them. And Second Life, draw you up a good play here. You got plenty of options. Again, you'll still take Westside's running game on a 4th and short right here over anybody else. Here's our ball game.
Yep, huge play coming up for Westside. 4th and 1. 1:18 left to play. Again, Pocahontas searching for their first conference win of the year. They will be 1-1 if they can hang on here tonight. Westside trying to remain undefeated, go up to 2-0. You've got to get 1 yard and find the end zone in 1:18. They break the huddle. Pocahontas fans are on their feet here at Schoonover Stadium. Both teams to the line. Russell under center. Ray in the backfield with McPherson and Cunningham. Ray rushes forward, gets to the 40. Plenty of yards to move the chains.
Was there really any doubt when Ray got the ball in his hands right there he was not going to pick that up? I mean, really, in most cases, a 4th and short, you're on pins and needles, but I felt like they had a terrific chance to get that. I mean, I really don't worry about them at that point. Now's where it really gets interesting, though.
1:05 is left on the clock. Here's Cunningham taking it right up the middle. They stop him at the Redskin logo at midfield, just shy of the 50. They'll stop him at about the 46.
So this is where you got to go, and this is where Westside just really – this is where Westside really – they don't really have this game here. I mean, that because they just don't have a hurry-up tempo.
You might think about spiking it a couple of times here. You lose a down, but you get that first down. There's the handoff to Ray. Ray rumbles forward, gets down to the 45-yard line. Clock is stopped with 31 seconds to play here in the ball game.
Now you got to be ready for the restart here.
He is saying, yeah, Coach Engel is saying clock it.
Yep. So here comes the restart, and then now that they're going to have to spike it.
Well, he's
not sure why he reared back and did that.
He spiked that one into next week, didn't he?
He took it.
He was letting the referee know. But
listen, I spiked it.
What I find interesting is nobody from Pocahontas moved.
Yeah, they weren't even.
They were like, he's going to spike it.
You know that. You'd be careful not to do that because you could fake spike next time.
Get a little fake going
and
there.
There have been teams that have won a lot of ball games on the fake spike, more than you would think, but here's the deal. So, again, you get the spike. You need a positive yardage play. But, again, the reality of it is it takes Westside so long to get to the ball, you might have 2 plays left here, maybe.
Kessler Engel, the lone wide receiver, play action, looking to throw. McPherson caught it at the 30, at the 25, 20 steps out of bounds. Stops the clock with 19.2 seconds remaining. What a great catch and run by McPherson to put the Westside Warriors in field goal range. They've already hit one from this distance so far tonight, and that does stop the clock. So now with no timeouts, you can run a play to set up your field goal kicker if you want, but you're going to have to make it quickly back to the line to spike it.
And again, I'll tell you, Westside does nothing quickly. Don't have 12 men on the field. Westside does nothing quickly. I mean, and so
6 seconds left on the play clock. There's the snap. There's the handoff to McPherson. McPherson rushing forward. He's at the 15. He stopped. 13 seconds left on the clock. Got to spike it. Under 10 now. Oh, they are not going to be able to get these bodies unpiled in time. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left.
That ran out.
I don't think they got it spiked in time. Time has ran out. The Westside Warriors.
They're gonna deliberate.
Undone by the clock.
I don't
here.
think he got spiked in time. And I'll tell you, that was a very heads-up play by the Pocahontas defense to kind of pile up like that. I don't know how you can add time to the clock. I really don't. I wish for the sake of the end of this game we would, but we've already got fireworks going off.
Here's the replay. I don't think he got the spike off in time.
Here's the thing. So this will be a clocked restart, right? So they'll actually start the clock before the snap on this, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why both teams are rushing back to line up, because they're going to have to manually start the clock. So Isn't that right? Shouldn't the referee signal the start of the clock? Technically, if that was at this point,
I'm just trying.
I don't
to
know what
figure
you
out
do
what
here. I personally thought the clock expired before they spiked it. I get what Coach Engel is arguing is that there was a pile. That Pocahontas was trying to stall the game. Now we've got a flag. So they're going to call a false start.
And they're putting more time back on the clock. But, well, I saw him do that to insinuate more time being put on, but I guess, Coach Ingalls not happy about that. Coach Engel not happy. Westside Warrior fans not happy. They are going through the line very quickly and not happy about it. Coach Engel still trying to have some words for the referees, but we have got a final in the books with a little late game drama. 28-25 is the score. Pocahontas with a 3-point victory over the Westside Warriors here tonight.
I actually think I'm not sure about the false start penalty, but I think that's the correct ending. I don't think that it got spiked quick enough. I understand what Coach Engel's going to say, but I give a lot of credit there to Pocahontas for laying on top of that football. And again, I love this right here. Those are two very good head coaches. I get why Coach Engel's upset. Some things did not go their way, but you love to see the two coaches come together. They're two terrific coaches, very classy men. You come out on the other side of that when I get it, and I love what I just saw right there. That is a tough loss for Westside. That is a tough loss. But, buddy, what a game.
What a
game. That end of that was just a perfect conclusion to kind of what we just saw. And what a game, though. And again, that is a tough one. That is a rip-your-heart-out loss if you're Westside. But a good gutsy win for Pocahontas. Good gutsy win for them.
Yeah, it was a great game indeed. 28-25, the final score. Once again, Pocahontas with a little bit of late game drama coming out with a victory tonight over the Westside Warriors. So they are now 1-1 in conference play, as are the Westside Warriors. Dejected, but the season's not over. Still got a long way to go here in 2019 before this one's done.
I think that says it all right there. I mean, that's tough. You got a lot to work on. Love to see a guy that cares.
Yep, very passionate about it.
We're to an extent live in a little bit of a world that people tend to be a little numb to things, and one place you can still come get that is sports. That's got to be the best game of the year that I've been a part of here on Tubetown. But what a gutsy effort. Those guys have a lot to be proud of. They did not have a good first half, but they came back in the second half, and they looked like the football team we know they are. And let's watch this final play right here. So you got a little bit of a scrum, but look, Ray is still on the ground right there. And so they get up. Pocahontas really did not delay the game. And watch that. It did not get off in time.
Yep, just couldn't.
It did not get off. The clock expired. The officials, to me, should have never deliberated it, to me. But I get what they did. They came together. I don't really understand the false start call. That's fine. I'll take that. But that is the correct ending to that game. And I think Coach Engel will go back and watch that later. He's fired up. I don't blame him at all. He should be. He should be in that situation. But you see that clock right there at the same time. It expired before the spike. Credit to Westside for getting that far on that play. A huge pass play right before that to set up, even having the shot at that. But at the end of the day, that's the correct ending of that game. You tip your hat to Pocahontas. What a game they played as well. Westside, a lot of mistakes, couldn't overcome it in the second half, but they played a great second half.
Well, you said it, a lot of mistakes. I mean, how many times did we see them put the football on the ground tonight?
Even in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, the transfer between center and quarterback just wasn't there after we saw River Engel leave the game. So just not a good night for the Westside Warriors.
Yeah.
But as you said, got to credit them for even getting that far, even making it a ball game with everything they had to overcome.
They did, and that is a good man coaching that football team right there. I know him personally. Those are great players. They're great kids. They played a great game tonight, and that's a rip-your-heart-out loss. That one you'll remember. That one stings. But, again, what a great football game. That's why we come out. That's why we play the game. And I love every bit of what I saw here at the end, despite a tough ending. Again, that's a great man and a great football team. Pocahontas playing a terrific game as well. They always have a great atmosphere here as well. Just a pleasure to get to be able to call this one.
So Westside again falling to a record of 3-2 on the year. They will be heading down the road to take on Brooklyn next week, and we will have that game right here for you on Tubetown. So make sure you tune back in with us next Friday night for more Westside Warrior football. For everybody who made tonight's game possible, appreciate all those guys, all of our camera operators, and our guys down in the production truck, of course, our executive producer, Marcus Carlton. For Blake Wynn, I'm Andy Manis saying so long from Schoonover Stadium in Pocahontas. Everyone have a great night. God bless.
More Air Conditioning presents Westside Warrior Football on Tubetown. Sponsored in part by Denver's Refrigeration, Max Garage, Ace Sports, and First National Bank.